Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Haven't really been on long enough to have a bunch of people, but if anyone is currently in the stream, welcome back to the Honeycomb Commonwealth, where we will be finishing up the adventure. It's sad but exciting. It's nice that how the story is kind of at least getting a proper send-off. I don't remember why I have some of this stuff, but that's fine. But yeah, this has been a great trip and adventure, and I am quite excited to see what we end up doing tonight for the send-off. But yeah, so here we go. I believe it was said that we need to meet at the castle. So what happened to my armor? Okay, just so I can get rid of some of this stuff. Stuff that was not mine. Did I put it in one of my chests? I might have. Well, at the same time, I wasn't really using it, so that'd be fine. Survival. Oh, shoot. I just also realized that I didn't do a thing, so Minecraft. Experience bottle. There we go. Okay. Good enough. I'll pop that there, and here we go.
I got an order because I was like creative mode flying and like lowering my height, and then I was just turning invisible. Like, what's going on?
I think I was right next to Jeff actually, so yes, that was just fine. But I never had a head to mine. Mine never had a head.
Is Oren joining us tonight? Or
Yes, he will be on shortly. He will be on momentarily. That is not my current head.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Oh,
I
shoot.
hear you. What are you saying?
Sorry. Sorry. Yes, he'll be on momentarily.
I just wanted to make sure if we needed to wait or not.
It should just be a couple moments. He'll be hopping on.
Well, alright. You snooze, you lose. Let's get started.
Alrighty.
I think yeah, we have everyone who's online right now.
I'll wait till everyone's here before we get started properly.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like we go and like do like an intro. Like this has been questing SMP.
Hello, everyone. This has been questing.
Yeah.
Magical time.
If this is your first episode, wow, you picked a really bad time to join.
Welcome to the end.
Yeah. But questing SMP was originally just meant to be a RP Minecraft server with me and my friends, and we were gonna do our stories, make our jokes, tell our content. And, you know, built in initially were like little quests and like missions, special items. And as it progressed, those things kind of fell to the wayside as everyone started doing their own like big story arcs and things like that. Making all like the beautiful builds that we're gonna explore and see today. And yeah, and here we are in the throne room where most of our arcs and like kind of like the central piece of our story was. At the beginning, middle, and end of every arc, we really just gathered here and hashed things out in character. And then someone would pour water on the ground, and all the carpet would be lifted up, and we would all get up. There we go.
Iconic, truly.
Mm-hmm. You gotta have an empty bucket in the creative if you want to do that to get rid of it.
No, I got it.
The water stays on.
There we go.
The water stays on.
No. Water can destroy carpets. Carpet can destroy water. You just gotta be determined enough.
Multi-tiered carpet.
The never-ending
Rock, paper,
cycle.
scissors. If there's only rock and other rock.
Ah, yes.
My favorite game, Rock.
So,
Yeah, of course, the best.
Now we all agree that it's
the game
rock,
was
rock,
and
rock,
hard
shoot.
place.
Like it's
Yes.
not rock. You have to say
It's rock,
shoot
rock,
and you
rock,
throw on
shoot.
shoot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
on
have to
shoot.
throw
Oh,
on
of course,
shoot.
it's always shoot. You throw on shoot,
Mhm,
absolutely.
Anyone who
That's how-
doesn't throw on shoot is a maniac. Hey, Oren.
Yeah, a maniac, indeed.
Oh.
Aaron, whose
Hello.
voice we got back and spent so long as the silent one.
All right. Well, why don't we
Well,
start
yeah.
here since we're at the beginning? Why don't we start from the beginning? I think
We're at the beginning.
there's no better person to go than Start from King Kel's perspective. I think, as the original
yeah.
inhabitor.
Yeah,
Oh,
tell
yeah,
us
poor
about
King
building
Kel.
the castle and all the initial stuff that
We
you
can
did to
fly
set up
around the
server.
Sure. Do we want to wait on Michael who just joined?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
He'll be
Yeah.
here in just a second. Also,
But
if
yeah,
this is
no-
your first time joining for anybody, yes, this is exactly how actual sessions went. People would actively just make jokes all the time. Hello, V.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
ran.
Nice. Glad you made it.
But yeah, when I initially had this idea, like a little backstory, this is not the first Minecraft server I attempted to create for content. This is the 5th and the first
Damn.
successful one.
Ooh.
This has
Oh,
been
yeah,
something.
cheers to that.
Woo.
Yeah,
Cheers.
this has been something that I attempted several times in the past, and
Oh, I didn't get none.
the big thing with it all was through every like attempt I learned something, and this time I was like, I want to make this something special. I want to make it something that people can do things on it even when they're solo. So the first thing I did was like, I'm gonna do a fantasy type story because that's my preferred genre. That's what I know. And I spent a month building this castle that you all see here.
Mhm.
This is not how it looked initially. There was an ongoing joke when the server first started where I said, please just let me have it for a week before you destroy it. And then I myself blew it up in the second day.
You did. Literally second
Yeah.
day.
So it was you.
It was,
Yeah.
well, obviously it was me. A bunch of TNT went off right after I died. Of course it was me.
Well,
But
we
yeah.
shouldn't I guess what was like? I'm curious what King Kel's role was initially, and if you're intending to go further
King
with it.
Kel was meant to be kind of a placeholder king, but it was not meant to be malicious like every last one of you assumed.
Yeah.
I did not assume that. Thank you.
Fair enough. You should have revived me then, you jerk. But now,
Revival.
Spruce
Yeah,
liked King Kel.
King Kel was meant to be someone who was like clearly in over their head, because I needed someone who would need a lot of help, so there'd be a lot of things to be done. And they were meant to be someone whose eventually their incompetence kind of consumed them to the point where they had no choice but to, they like basically just steered into the skin and started making worse and worse decisions to the point where they were eventually going to be either overthrown or step down or step away. There was also an arc where there is the true ruler of the realm, which was supposed to actually be Briar's family, since Briar was a character
Oh, that's
who had,
cool.
Yeah, in fact, later on in the tour, I'll show you where I hint the first quest book that Briar never logged back on the server again afterwards.
Oh,
Ooh.
big
That would have
ass.
been so cool.
It was
Yeah.
a fun thing. It was also it slowed down a lot of my plots, honestly, because I also put a lot of plot stuff on Justin's character Shade, and then Justin stopped logging on.
I also put a lot of man. I just put a lot on his character as well. Yep.
But either way, any major questions you guys have for like the first the King Kell arc, the birth of the Honeycomb Commonwealth and things like that?
If
Can
we're
you give a
talking
quick
about
summary on it? Because I was not around for that yet.
Oh, actually, let me. One of the biggest things that became an ongoing thing in this world was like the life magic, and it became like such a big plot point of how people don't die. That wasn't something scripted. That wasn't something I planned. It was more so meant to be like we just kind of like looked the other way to that particular Minecraft mechanic. But then Tori walked in like, "Hey, weird how people aren't dying," and like I was like, "Well, adapt, yes, and let's go."
I'm
Yep.
an agent of chaos.
Which,
Light
kicked off
magic
a
was-
whole other
Was
plot.
never a thing. Had no plans for it.
I have a question from chat. Cyanus
Yeah.
wants to know if the Abyss arc would have been different if King Kell lived.
Yes, the Abyss arc would have been several arcs later.
Nice.
The Abyss arc was not meant to be the second arc we go through. It was planned as like kind of a long-term thing. Originally, before Kirby decided Abby's going to make it a tourist attraction, it was going to be just a very small hole in the ground that would be later on discovered, and then it would slowly expand out throughout these different arcs as like this looming thing that like, oh wait a minute, is this getting bigger? Was the original plan for the Abyss. But Abby decided and Kirby decided it's going to be the integral part of my character. And then it's like, all right. And then because it was an integral part, people started going there. It became a very active part of the world. And it just easily transitioned into like the next major arc. Since King Kell was down, we needed something to unite everybody. Because we really didn't have like a main focal point or someone to like give orders anymore.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I think we should definitely go backpedal a little bit and kind of look at basically going walking through that arc and kind of looking at it, and the first thing that comes to mind is just kind of the exploration of the kingdom was like the first few sessions.
First session and a half or so.
Which kind of gave that, but it was like the second session was I think the pinnacle moment. I think where is the stranger right now? I thought they're logged in.
He won't be here tonight.
Okay.
I think they're writing something for us to have, but they won't be here tonight for actual things.
Well, I think the pinnacle moment for that specifically was the stranger pushing the King Kell into the abyss while we were visiting the abyss with Abby.
Yeah, that was also one of my favorite moments, because after that happened, like, there was a lot of more chaos on my stream than anyone else's. Well, my stream ended, but there was a lot more chaos on my side. Also, wait one moment. I gotta cover my Discord overlay, because Cody hopped in stream chat. There we go. But it was one of those things where I was like, you guys were like, well, let's go back to the castle and look for clues. And I had no clues at the castle. But because of the way I died, I was glitched out. And Kirby threw up a quick wall as I'm trying to respawn back in, teleporting to Kirby. So I can go, put clues and set traps in the castle before you guys get there. But I also have everyone's stream pulled up. And I will never forget Cody and Briar running away from the scene of the crime, and Briar just freaking out oh no, what have we done, and Cody's like, it's fine, it'll probably be fine, it's fine.
Chaos. I think that's one of my all-time favorite clips of just seeing Barry just go over the edge, and it's just horrendously silent for a second, and then the scream started.
Everybody screamed, and then just a couple people were like, "What happened?"
And
yeah,
oh
beautiful.
gosh, but I I was astonished. I didn't think it would happen. But everyone we were tempting with fate, and King Kel had that armor with the thorns that would insta kill you, and so it's like there's no way that you could get punched in.
Oh no, I know us. I knew King Kel had a very limited lifespan in this.
I knew I was going into that abyss. I didn't think it was gonna be my second session. I thought I would have a little bit more time. Is all.
It feels like the D&D character that like somebody buys the dice for, sends off like a 3-page backstory to their DM for, and then like is also a wizard. So when they get breathed on the wrong way in the first session, they die.
Nah. If you are playing a level 1 campaign and you're a level 1 wizard, you don't write backstory till level 2.
Not even then. Level 3. D&D is a horror movie until you hit level 3. It's like anything that comes at you is like a nightmare.
But with
I thought I heard the portal go off.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah, you did. Well, you want to take us on a quick fly around the castle and
I can show off some things,
and then also the renovations that eventually came to it.
Oh yeah, nothing was more annoying to me than this. I spent over a month working on the castle, trying to make it good enough that it would be like enticing for a server. I blew it up. Less than a week, Austin tops it. Less than a week, it looks better.
I love the boat. Like, I think this is my favorite feature out of the whole castle. Like, there's something very, like, Pirates of the Caribbean, like, the last...
About a boat sticking out of a castle.
Yeah, the entire island was mad at, like,
Shipwreck Island and Shipwreck Cove of the town of Shipwreck.
I love exactly what it was. I was like, okay, whenever I got elected, I was like, there's one thing that Captain knows, that is the sea. So we put the sea in the castle, and I was like, that's a really cool visual. I pulled it up.
I'm glad
it's
that
a beautiful dining room. Like, look at this table.
And this area was like very important for a couple arcs as well. Such as this is where the list was for all the animals and mobs in for the Abyss arc.
Yeah, it turned into that. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was the group's second temptation. The first, obviously, being the Abyss, but then there was also the end
portal. Yep, right here.
Oh yeah.
You had a bunch of the end like crystals floating around too. I remember.
Oh yeah. In fact, actually, the end holds the last secret of the Honeycomb Commonwealth. There was exactly one item that wasn't found.
And in the end, it's very fitting. It's honestly very fitting.
Find it?
Well, I mean, like it's not really it was under the end island, but it was something that when the portals and the end crystals were initially destroyed, and you had to like go through like holes and like go down the water spouts, you would have seen it from there. It's just a looting 20 sword.
Oh, dang.
Oh, nice.
The sword of Midas was the last secret of the Honeycomb Commonwealth. I definitely want to check out the end, but I think that's better off for when we get to the dragon arc, because Gore's build there is really impressive.
It was very fun until the dragon came back.
I will say it took a lot. I think it was between the Doctor and I that like we're just trying to keep this thing sealed for so long.
Yep.
We literally started like with the server started with it already corrupting the top part of the castle. If you guys noticed at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Like it had corrupted the roof. Oh yeah, there was the cool like library room that had like the secret pathway.
And all the cats that vanished and.
Yeah, there were a bunch of cats.
This is where the trap was triggered, right?
Secret.
Yeah.
This was the king's room, and there was a secret room here that was like had the king's exit that led into the caves and the walls of the castle.
Wow. Oh yeah, there were caves in the walls.
Yeah, there still is. You can still travel through on the in the armory section here.
Yeah, over here. Okay, well.
Huh.
That was a choice.
We.
But yeah, it leads to the top of the wall, and also you can just head out the main gate. Kind of like an exit strategy for the king if things got real dire. Which, a shame they did, but not in a way that the wall castle helped.
Yeah, the wall did nothing.
Absolutely nothing, in fact.
Unfortunate.
What you needed was a big net in the abyss. That would have probably...
Or a bungee cord.
Yeah. More bungee pigs would have done it.
Oh yeah.
Would now be the time to tell the king all the different ways that they could have survived the plunge?
Could have had an ender pearl. Could have.
Lots of ways.
I mean,
It's almost like it was kind of on King Kel that they died, I'll be honest.
Okay.
Okay, that... is that old victim blaming V over there?
There's also the water park on the top of the castle that we all built.
Hell yeah, beach episode.
Oh, that one was great. Oh, it started out as just a simple. It was just like a simple overgrown garden, right? And it had there was a chest up in the tree.
And then we made a comment like beach episode, and then we made the beach episode.
I had to build the beach because I was like, I need water in this castle.
oh, Frostwalker. Get rid of the Frostwalker.
My incredible shoes. I'm too cool.
Ha, literal cool.
There was also the mine that never got really fully explored. There wasn't anything in it, but
I went down there a couple times.
I pretty quickly stole a lot of the minerals that were on that train.
Very much same.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh man, there's just straight up diamond on this.
I expected them to be stolen.
I left that stuff there because I was like, oh, it's just aesthetic, and nope.
Nah.
Oh no, not at all. You kidding me?
I didn't realize there was a whole thing with it.
Oh yeah. I resurrected the villagers that were down here, so they're back again.
Okay. Because that was gonna be my thing. There's the villagers here. That anyone who's astute and big enough of a nerd would recognize what they are. There's Michael, Jackie, Eric, and Donna. Eric is the foreman. These are the cast of That 70s Show.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Alright.
There's a button. Oh, well.
No, okay.
That worked.
What the hell did I teleport into?
Beach episode was so fun, I agree.
Wait, why is this one named Michael? Hang on.
The character in That 70s Show.
That 70s Show.
Oh, I wasn't here. I didn't get distracted.
Is that all there is down here, Jacob?
Yeah. There was an item down here, but that has long since been found.
There is something hidden down there that we'll get back to later, I think.
I got caught.
Oh.
It's hidden within the cave walls, but it's not accessible through the cave.
But yeah, that is the castle. There's also the wizard tower that was constructed.
Yeah, wizard tower.
And was one of the initial quests. Locate the fortress and become the new royal wizard, which was something that Abram, you did as Dr. Vincent. If you want to walk us through the tower and your renovations.
Sure, we can transition into that. Let's go on in through the door down here. If I can actually follow. There we go.
Oof. There we go. Beautiful.
Doorbell, come on in.
Oh shit.
The stairs were pretty trash. We can all climb them so you can get an idea. Bear in mind, none of the wood was here at any point.
Oh, so it was busted up. Okay.
Yeah, it was just a really messy, awful climb. It's still pretty messy, but that's a later edition, so we'll cover that in a bit. But all the way up here, I actually repaired the floor, so yeah. But we can just punch up through. So this is the wizard tower. I did almost nothing to renovate this main room. I just added a bed and a whole bunch of chests and all my trophies eventually, and my alchemist table. But there really isn't much to say here. When I came in here, I think I was doing this with Laser Spammer. There was a witch and a whole bunch of other bullshit in here that we had to deal with. Fun fact is I actually have a spawner in this chest that I could have placed down at any point during the SMP as one of the rewards that I got from this. Never got the chance, unfortunately. But it would have been really fun to just drop that on someone's house.
Oh god, yeah. Nuke the house. Please, they're
No,
so mean.
when designing the wizard tower encounter, I made like the witch spawner, and in order to make it functional, that's why the pathway up was blocked in a way. I needed them to get close enough to the spawner to start spawning them, but still delaying them enough that there's a bunch spawned in before they like just come up, so they don't have to just kill one witch and break something.
That's fun.
So that was like just a little game design stuff. It was originally supposed to be blazes as well, but the blazes kept spawning outside the fence, and there was no way of making that work. So because I was like, a blaze powder would be something really consistently good for the wizard. Yep.
I made so many potions with it. Well, that's really neat, actually. I also did add this hole in the wall, positioned directly over the castle pond, so I could have a quick exit. And someone eventually added, like, flowers and stuff. But I would start pretty much every session by just, like, getting up on the roof of my tower and, like, looking down at you all with a spyglass.
Wow.
To get an idea where everyone was meeting up. So that was fun.
Yeah.
And then one of the first installations I added were the 2 elevators. There's the one that leads outside, which I believe is this one. But the one that's inside, if you take it down, I can get in it. There we go.
Yeah, issue. The slow falling is kind of causing it difficult to get in.
I'm just gonna drink some milk.
Originally, I'll wait till everyone gets here before we kick in on this. Hello and welcome. Still waiting on anyone?
I'm here.
Alright. So originally, this was my super secret netherwort growing lab, where I got all the netherwort I would need to make potions and the like. Ooh, my soul sand is missing. Anyway. And I actually had a bottom in that elevator before to hide this, so you would...
You beat me by a second! Damn it!
To what? I didn't hear what was said.
I also didn't hear.
It was a bottom joke. Bottom joke here. Insert bottom joke here.
Okay. It's all okay.
Gotcha. Right. Well, anyway. And so this was like a secret that you had to dig down to get. I remember you guys all apparently drowned a whole lot during that, but
I don't want to talk about
Well, no. What happened was, it was the session where we needed the end crystals to revive the dragon, and you told us like, "Hey, go ahead and just like they're at Vincent's place, go ahead and steal them." So we went looking for them, and we found your false chest and assumed that they weren't here.
Yep.
So like
False
hindsight,
chest there.
like. Yeah, so that resulted in our deaths, because then me and Michael, in our ghost forms, then saw the second chest, like, there it is. But, like, it's one of those things where I'm just going to throw out there. When you're like, hey, you go ahead and help yourself to this, don't double bluff us.
Yeah. In fairness, I had already done that just to prevent theft, and then I realized I couldn't make it, and was like, oh, they're going to need these, but I didn't really have time to, like...
Oh no!
You know, do anything about it. So I was like, fuck it, just find them. It'll make for a fun session. And it did, because...
Yeah, I witnessed 3 deaths, and I almost died myself.
So yeah, the ends justify the means. Everything I did was right.
Amazing. What's this purity lab?
This was actually added recently in the Gore arc, but I was, as Dr. Vincent, researching Gore and his purity to see how we could purpose it to be valuable and helpful for the Commonwealth.
How we could weaponize
without
it.
being consumed by it. And so eventually, Vincent used this to trick Gore into respawning into a metal body instead of a plant body. Which, like, erased the pro-purity bias and gave him a different perspective with which purity can be considered, so he wasn't, you know, just, like, doing it. Which led to us exploring Joel's Plum Dungeon and all that jazz. But this was a collaboration between myself, Knight, and Boober, or GRC, whichever you prefer. And each section of the lab just contains like a different window of an example of purity. And then this central board was originally that body in there was just another leather body, and then I sealed myself inside that pumpkin with it, swapped it to iron, and well, I think most people were here for it, but Mero kills Gore, and he spawned into the robot body, and there we go.
Neat.
There's not really much else to say about this, other than that it was originally much smaller and only held like... this is fun, actually. Joel, do you remember giving me those pumpkin pies to eat when we were exploring the Everdon?
I do remember, yeah.
Yeah, I fully didn't eat them. I brought them here and put them in the first version of the Purity Lab, but then they despawned when the entity culling thing happened. So it was like, that was a fun little moment of Dr. Vincent's duplicitous, self-serving nature of like, oh, so generous of you to give me this pie. Now I'm gonna use it to research how to, like, control your very existence for our game. Instead of eating the pie.
For audience sakes, remember, I think we should explain the culling. Probably like a good way through the series, everything around spawn suddenly, like all entities just suddenly got killed in an instant. I think we hit the cap or something.
Villagers, animals, maps.
Everything got wiped out, and we have to we had to replace it all because
they're in pillager heaven.
Everything just cleared. It was very funny.
Or hell.
But yeah, that's all there really is to the Purity Lab. Actually, fun fact. If you dig up from this water chamber, you will end up in the pillar of water that you guys left when you drowned.
Yep.
So if you enter that
really
pillar
good.
of water and dig out the bottom, you'll fall into the water tank.
Woo.
Which is just a fun little bit of like flavor as to how that water got there. Well, now we can go up to the Everdon and Everdon labs. So, oh wait, I should probably talk about this while we're here.
Vinny, Dr. Lorraine, and Dr. Vincent Lorraine.
Yeah. So this is gonna take a bit.
049U. You, Lou.
Good.
This is a bit of explaining, but essentially, I mentioned it a few times on stream about Dr. Vincent discovering the Swift Ascendancy's celestial orrery. And basically what he did with that was he turned it on and got yoinked to another dimension, and basically just kept getting yoinked through other dimensions one after another. And during that time, one of the dimensions he ended up in was a dimension with non-linear time, like Sims dimension. And so after coming out of that, that was the 17th dimension he visited. So after coming out of that, he didn't really know what that meant. But moving on to here, how I get booted to a new dimension every time is I die. And so this was the 49th dimension I visited. And then it took me so long to die on the SMP. It took me like actual months to ever have my first death that I decided to make a plot point out of it. So the plot point I made was that when coming out of that non-linear time dimension, there's still a Vincent in that non-linear time dimension because time is non-linear there. So when I respawn here, I was supposed to get booted to the next dimension, but then the Vincent who is supposed to get booted into this dimension, like following me, because the non-linear time Vincent kept coming out of that dimension into another dimension, basically crashed into this Vincent, and there were two Vincents existing as the same Vincent because quantum time bullshit.
Wow.
And so, whereas everyone else was making up cool, like, oh, I get to respawn differently because this, I had a thing where I was like, once we get down to 17, Vincent is going to collapse into a black hole.
Oh my god.
Because of too many Vincents existing in one place. And so that was going to be a whole plot line that I wanted to to deal with was building a new Celestial Orrery here, so Vincent could yeet all the extra Vincents back out into the multiverse, and reset himself back to one Vincent.
Sounds like complete
This was a
madness.
lot of plot that I had no idea existed.
That is a fucking Marvel timeline if I've ever heard. Holy shit!
It's a slow burn.
A multiverse of madness, one could say.
Slow burn because I knew it would take me a while to die that many times. As you see, I only ended up at 3.
It's impressive.
I just checked my stats. I died 261 times on this server.
I want to look.
How do you check your stats?
In your game menu statistics, and then
wait,
if
Jacob,
you
how many
scroll
times did you die?
down, number of deaths 261.
Number of
62.
Oh, there he fell.
107.
39.
Statistics.
A lot of those deaths were from Ajax.
What a weird choice to pick a fight with God.
262,
Oh, I have barrels
Jacob.
open, bells
262.
rung.
Yeah.
Does anyone beat 261 or 262?
No.
Of
I
deaths?
killed somebody?
Okay,
Maybe
so
Abby, by the
Try
way.
Curb, Abby. Yeah.
I have.
Wait. Let's see here. Also, I can see players killed.
Oh my
I've killed
God.
13 people.
Let's see.
where is this? How do you do this?
In your
37?
statistics.
Okay.
Where is my number?
16 players.
I've killed 13 people.
130. Oh, I see. I had 132 deaths.
Real
I'm
quick,
murderer.
number of deaths 86. Player
Thank you.
kills 125.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I think I know how my deaths got so high.
I had
I'm
24
glad I
players killed. Most of those were from trying to heal people with healing arrows.
Yes.
Yes, they were. They
I
sure
remember
were.
that.
Oh, I have 12 apparently.
That's all right. Well, there's our low ball.
Very nice.
So
but-
the moral of the story is that everyone here is a murderer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Of course.
very much.
Oh yeah. I was the first to be a murderer. But anyway. So
I was
that
wondering how I killed so many people. Then I remembered all the TNT I've used.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And
yes.
I would like to
Killed me
see
in that
what
one.
Kirb's death count is, honestly.
Oh,
and-
Kirby also
Half
had a
of
lot
my
of
kills
deaths.
are Kirby.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was the whole plotline we never got to. I was intentionally super slow burning it because we already had like 3 world-ending plots going on. So I wanted it to be a long while till this was a thing. After like we had some non-world-ending plots, be like, oh, by the way, I'm on the track to being a black hole, so we should deal with that. And there's no. Oh, and there was a little bit of I would do a little bit of foreshadowing where every time Vincent would die, immediately afterwards for a while he would both talk to himself and also behave noticeably differently, or like reintroduce himself to some of you. Like I remember once after I died, I reintroduced myself to Valor. Like, oh, you're Valor. Nice to meet you. Like in a really
Yeah, it felt
threatening
like
way.
I was having a stroke.
That was Vinny. Vinny
Oh,
Vinny
cool.
is not a good guy.
Oh lord. Good.
But yeah, no, it was all fun bits.
Okay then.
So yeah, there were actually models of Vincent here, but they got into cold, and I never got around to rebuilding. So now that that's all explained, we can head up to the 2 labs for the other dimensions.
Oh.
How come y'all are faster than I am?
We're flying.
If you fly, yeah. Wait.
I win. Oh, dang it.
Fly.
I'm stuck on all kinds of junk.
Go random.
Alright. This was
The
just...
Everdawn lab.
Yeah, in the Everbright lab. There really isn't much to say about these. It was just extensions that I was going to fill out with stuff, but then it got announced that the server was ending, so I didn't bother.
Fair enough.
Well,
They
you
were
got
just gonna
a
have
good
fun
floor
specimens.
space here.
Yeah.
A little bit of wall paint, a little bit of, cleaning up here.
The upkeep's pretty good. Now, the moss in this room is a little bit weird. So.
I like it. I just thought it was
Be
pretty.
some regrouting,
It is
but
pretty,
you
no,
can
I
go
agree.
ahead and build that to your inspector.
I'm pretending.
But yeah, that's really all there is to say about the build itself. If you guys want me to go into Vincent's narrative, I put a lot more work into that.
What?
And I can break down all that stuff, but I don't know if we want to save that till the end
with
of all this.
Plot first. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should fly over to the Abyss, in my opinion. I feel like it's time to do so.
Alright, everyone, to the Abyss.
To the Abyss.
We'll be flying by Valor Railways in a sim.
Oh yeah, I blew up that Sim Structures portal during the Abyss arc.
Oh.
To make the new Nether portal to get our gas and stuff there. And I walked in on a conversation between Joe and someone else. Maybe Spruce? Oh, Orin, in the Nether. Like, and both of you were speaking out of character. And Joe was, like, looking at you, didn't know I was standing right behind him. It was like, he sounded pissed, and he was like, someone blew up my Nether. And I just, like, stood there as he was talking about it the whole time, and he finished the whole rant, turned around, and I was like, oh, yes, sorry about that, Sim, that was me.
Incredible.
He was an unhappy boy.
It was very
I get
funny.
it.
It sounds like it was funny for you. It sounds like Joe was very agitated. And rather than quickly explain it, you were like, I'm going to milk this for a bit.
Well, yeah. We spoke about it afterwards, and he said he was fine.
Yep.
If it was a problem, I wouldn't have brought it up.
It was going to be a Ferris wheel at some point.
Yeah, it got exploded and then deconstructed.
So,
the Casey's
I think
did get fully obliterated.
the context of, I think, with the hotel down there alongside,
hotel.
like a gift shop, and then,
oh, wait. Should we go out and see the city that got, like, Ender Orb?
I don't think that's worth the trip.
Okay.
It's pretty far and not that interesting.
Yeah.
You could tell everyone about how the books got wiped.
Yeah. The books. Yeah, so off in the distance there is a city that had these inn portals that were set up like in this ritual, and it was just gonna be an empty city that was gonna give hints, and I made these lore books, and I hid like page 1 of 8, like all these pages all around this city. And then, like, we go and we follow the compass and we get to the city and all this lore is being dropped and revealed. Only it's not. Because apparently there's a thing in Minecraft where unsigned books can just be erased. And they found, like, the first book where it's there. Second book, this book's blank. And I'm like, oh no, did I forgot to save one of the books? I must have messed up. Then the second book's blank. And I'm like, oh no, this isn't me. This is something bigger. And now I'm retracing my steps and hunting down all the old books I can remember that weren't found. At one point, I find, like, book 4. And I'm like, oh, no, it's completely blank. All right, well, book 3 was also blank. So I can just write as much as I need to give all the lore I can. And then I'll just go put this book back. Night walks up on me while I'm doing this. I'm like, oh, yep, just planting berries. Do. And I go off even further in the corner. And write this book. It's like, all right, book completely written. There we go. I'm golden. I come back. Hey, guys, I found this book. I throw it forward. And then Night picks it up. This book's also blank. I just like... I'm like, I just wrote it.
I remember that. That's funny.
Yeah, it was one of the things where, like, I looked to my chat of just like, okay, good news. I know I didn't mess up. Bad news. It doesn't matter. This is dead. This is dead in the water. Everything failed.
Too good. Too good, truly, the book. Oh man. The first time we came to the Abyss, or like in character, was whenever the fucking king died. And well, actually, no. The museum with the egg, with the bee egg.
Yeah.
There was the museum with the bee egg, and King Kel made a big deal out of it, and we were gonna go Deus Vult for it. I remember. It was great. Oh, look, it's the map. Look, you can kind of see what the cases looked like before it was destroyed.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
The Casey's. This
oh, not anymore.
A lot about
Wait, why?
Redstone.
It updated.
Because I helped build the Casey's like blinking sign.
Dude,
And
the
it actually was,
blinking sign was so cool.
The thing was,
really
the blinking sign in its initial iteration was blinking perfectly, but Kirby was like, it looked better when it was off, so we adjusted it to like, not everything blinks perfectly, but it's one of two redstone things of mine on the server that I was really proud of. The other one we'll probably get to later.
I like the sign thrown in the TNT thrown in the abyss to try and stop the spread. It had the opposite effect.
Or the souls of people who fell in abyss.
Yeah.
In the soul sand.
Figured the abyss would need to. It should. Oops.
Do you want to go look at the dungeon under the KCs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a dungeon.
I don't think I ever saw that. So
It's ready
for that episode.
Yeah,
this was a dungeon. It was a maze. It was a crazy maze.
It was filled with the Abyss Bros.
The Abyss Bros who murdered me so many. That's probably where a lot of my deaths came from, actually, because this maze killed me a lot.
Filled with withers. I got loaded up. I got good loot. As Barry, I could never get good loot of my own. So, but I got a lot of good loot in this arc.
I found some bottled time.
Oh my god!
Oh wow! I got. I remember I stink at mazes, and I remember going in circles and circles and circles around here.
Oh, I remember us bonding over the fact that we were both so bad at directions and how awful this was for us.
I had found the exit, but then couldn't communicate because no one would stop to read the signs.
Oh, it's hilarious.
None there, fellas.
Also, the world has already been backed up, so if we want to just muscle our way through, we're free. Too.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I'm in. Oh.
That okay.
I found a leftover book of the Abyss. Like it was in a chest hidden. Like we never found this one.
There was also Abby's house that
is amazingly intact.
Yeah, it didn't get blown up or anything. Whoa.
Dang, she really upgraded this. This is quite cozy.
And then there it leads into the mines. The mines were some of the best times. That's where Gemini powers originated from.
It is where Gemini powers originated
from.
We were just all mining. I'm running around with no equipment, no armor, just berries, and just luck statting my way into diamonds every time. Like, don't worry.
You indeed helped us out with that.
I found some blueberries, guys. It's like
blueberries. Oh wait.
Yeah, don't eat those.
Yeah, blueberries. We're like, blueberries.
Dude, since it never got finished, do you want to describe what your plans were for the amusement park here? Where's V?
He's not here. He's been AFK since Gore's lab.
Never mind then.
No, wait. That's fine.
Because I know that V was the plans were to make an amusement park out of the
boom.
Resolved Abyss.
Magic.
No, I was in the middle of something.
Oops.
How about you tell us about your amusement park plans?
You got teleported to us with TNT in your hands. What the hell? You got teleported to us with TNT in your hands. What the hell?
I didn't have any TNT.
What the hell? What the hell was that, me? Michael?
Hang on. I'm swallowing my cyanide pill.
Oh.
I guess the amusement park isn't that interesting of a plot point, but what? I'm now very worried about what we're coming into. But you know what? That's future us's problem.
Future us's problem. We had the world save already. It's fine.
Well,
And then off that way we have the where the things were stored away.
Oh,
yeah.
Night dude. Yeah, phantoms.
Phantoms.
The Phantom Farm was something I created that I didn't expect to be discovered. I made a map for it in my Ender chest for when Elytra became like a thing that everyone was using. I was like, okay, I'll like release this farm so people can like get the Phantom membranes to repair. Since we turned Phantoms off on the server.
That's fair.
Right.
Well, especially because we would have to get like 7 people to sleep all at once.
Right.
Not happening.
Remember
Horse Pit? Horse Pit was a thing.
Horse Pit was a thing. There's no more horses in Horse Pit.
Oh, there's still a horse down here.
There's a single horse.
There's a second one over here as well. There's two.
Okay, if there's 2 horses, the horse pit will survive.
Yeah.
The horse pit can rebuild itself.
Okay.
Largest torch and all the other.
Yeah, they were like tourist attractions. That was a really funny way to make this antagonist.
Someone give me a screeny with in the abyss. Oh, I'm in the abyss.
Ooh, spooky berry, so crazy. Smile. Oh my god, I'm always smiling.
Speaking of the abyss, what about the abyss?
Yeah, the abyss.
The abyss. Man, that
came all the way to the abyss and didn't even see the abyss.
Yeah, the original abyss was right over here. This is where
it does have a floor.
Yeah, it has a floor now.
Whee!
This might have. There was a treasure chest
Uh-oh.
around here. Whoa.
That was a trap chest.
Amazing. There was a treasure chest around here where I found a cool sword called.
I found some more blueberries.
Oh, nice.
There were a couple paths. I mean, I think I remember. If you remember, it was the captain and I were down at this very low.
We were super low, like right down here-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, this is where we were dumping some of them.
Yeah, we were dumping the icy skeleton guy.
The cave spiders and the.
The cave spiders and
The abyss was such a the only thing on the server that could kill people. And everyone gathered around it like moths to a flame. People just loved looking over it, playing in it, like. Ooh.
I have said this before.
Chance of death content.
Chance of death content. It's interesting.
It was legitimately, for the first few sessions of messing with the abyss, such a stressful point for me because I was just thinking like, people are just gonna die, and then I'm gonna have to work around that. I'm gonna have to figure out like revival systems and all this other stuff, and like it was constantly like a concern.
There was a point you actually said, "I've written out a story for you. Please don't die."
Yeah, yeah.
Austin, is this the captain's shirt in here?
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I used to wear the armor like back at the beginning of the SMP. I specifically put on blue dyed leather armor and black dyed boots to make it look like I was wearing jeans. It was really fun. And I had one of that in there because I found a really, really cool netherite sword called Blackbeard's Claymore, which was sweet.
The Abyss Bridge became like the really big fighting point once the Abyss expanded.
Yeah, let's go up to the bridge. Let's go.
Yeah,
to the bridge.
I really wanted to have like a Star Wars like trench run chase at some point once we got the Elytra. Like for some reason have like one person chasing another and then just like have the chase dive into the abyss and like weave through it.
Someone kind of fixed this up a little bit.
I did.
Yeah, it's a bit better.
Oh hey!
Fun bit actually.
He's back.
When we had to do an iron golem for this, I just like came out onto the bridge, built one directly over the abyss, and so it just spawned in the air and dropped.
Wow. You tortured it. Well,
there are some crazy things. I think the animal that frustrated me the most was the polar bear. If anyone remembers, I flew the polar bear in from across the map, and it was so awful to like try to get the lead on the polar bear, keep the polar bear on the lead, and fly away across all this because like if you use a firework wrong, you'd lose the polar bear, and if you weren't over water, it would just fall to its death.
I was traveling back with a goat. Then I got the message that Valor died, and then I kind of like rushed back, and then I got the second more painful message that hey, we got a goat earlier. of where every time I left to go get an animal, someone died. I went to go get foxes, Sim died. I go to get a goat, Valor died. I just stopped leaving. I stopped participating.
As we're talking about this, Sim is saying in my chat, "We remember. We don't want to remember."
And if I do recall, this is the Sim was trying. This the abyss was the cause for Sim's alteration, due to the using so much power to spawn certain things in.
Oh yeah, because he started teleporting stuff into it.
Yeah, he used his own power to teleport stuff in.
Yeah, because I mechanically gave Sim and Joe a command block as a reward for the killing of the Ender Dragon. No, not the killing, the reviving of the Ender Dragon. And one thing I remember was when this was happening, you guys sent the one person not streaming in to do it.
Good time.
You sent the person without a perspective in to go do this major plot thing, and I'm just like, guys, content.
Who needs it?
Who needs content? What are you talking about? This whole getting animals into the Abyss arc traumatized me to no end because I ended up with all of the me and Aaron did the cute ones, and getting that panda up the mountain only to have to plummet it into a hole was terrible because you get just enough time that you get emotionally attached, and then you throw it in, or maybe Abby kills it before you get it in, and then you start losing it.
Oh,
my
companion.
If I were smarter, I would use a power track. We did it by hand. There was no power track for the first two.
One of my favorite things from the Abyss arc was watching Abram build this very large nether portal in the overworld for a ghast. But it was one of those things I don't think Abram's played a lot of Minecraft. The portal on the other side is going to be the regular size. And just watching that transpire from effort, realization. Okay, reset.
There was one time me and Gore went to the jungle to go get some birds.
Oh no,
and I went through all this effort to put the bird into a minecart and try to push it off the edge. The minecart broke, and then a couple seconds later we see the bird come flying out of the abyss. Because it flies, Austin! Because it flies!
So you had to kill it. You got so attached you had to kill it yourself over the abyss.
I had to kill it myself over the abyss. I couldn't even have just said, "Oh, goodbye," and push it off the abyss. No.
Stab.
Yeah,
pain.
that
Absolute pain.
The first
there was
thing
also. Oh, good.
The first thing I tried to throw into the abyss was a rabbit because we had them in the courtyard nearby. Apparently, if you fall and land on creatures, you can deal damage to them. So I was taking this rabbit down the hill, and then Laser Spammer just runs off the cliff and just Goomba stomps the rabbit, killing it instantly, mere blocks from the abyss. And I just went dead silent and looked at him, and he hadn't even noticed and just kept talking.
Oh no!
And so then we could never find a rabbit, and it got to the point where 3 people had to split up across the country, and I had to go all the way out to a snowy mountain to find a rabbit in the snow and hike back with it.
Wasn't the rabbit the last thing in the
It was
list?
the last thing. It was going to be one of the first, and then Laser Spammer Goomba stomped it. And then we could not find one for so long.
Excuse you. Excuse you.
I don't understand what's happening here, but
I said BRB. I said BRB, and I was bullied.
I hope you learned your lesson.
I did. I needed to get a drink. I'm sorry.
But actually, on that
dehydrated.
topic, we should remember to hit the ski lodge because it wasn't really plot relevant at any point. But hiking.
It's
back
a
with
really
that
cool.
is when I found the ski lodge.
The ski lodge is a really cool build. I honestly wish it had plot relevant.
No. Also, another thing with the Abyss as well was when Gore, in the middle of us dealing with the Abyss thing, went and soloed the Ender Dragon.
Oh yeah.
And then like Tori died, and we had like, hey Tori, you're dead, and having to have that conversation.
Oh.
Yeah, that was awkward.
Yeah. It was wild. I was standing right next to, I think it was V, as he like wound up the bow to shoot, and I saw like everyone on the bridge when there was supposed to only be Abby on the bridge, and I remember going like, "Wait, don't shoot!" And then he fired the arrow.
And then said, "Move."
Oh yeah.
And I could only watch in horror as like everyone like panicked, and I was like trying to yell to have my voice carry through the proximity chat, like everyone get off the bridge.
Michael's temptation to always explode a TNT block ruined so many kill Abby plans.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true. It's so true.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, I was planning to make a potion of the Turtle Master, because it wouldn't matter if she was invincible. It would, and like just splash potion her with it, because it wouldn't matter if she was invincible. It would just make her like impossible for her to move. So then we could just slap her in. But everything resolved before I could finish mixing that. So
The bridge sabotage was such a cool idea. I agree with that.
Shall we go to the next place?
Yeah, let's just go. I was thinking we go back to town.
Okay.
The ski lodge is a bit out of town. We can go to it when we visit Briar's ruins.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
what?
Knight's place is closest to it.
Oh
yeah, it would be honestly the ski lodge should be right before my place. I feel like. Yeah.
So we did Abyss things. We're going to the town. We didn't actually cover the whole election thing.
Oh yeah, let's head to the election
because
stand.
we had a whole election center.
What election stand?
The election stand is gone. It kind of.
There's Valor's railway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where with the toot toot.
Oh my God, that's still packed away. Damn. Wait, hang on.
Dude, that
Hold
clip
on.
is. It's still on my channel. It's one of my top views because it's so
Hold
fun.
on. I'm digging.
Wait.
I'm digging. Is it in this bag?
Turn the tracks around. Toot toot toot.
I don't know where my whistle is right now.
It's so funny, dude. It's so funny.
No, I remember actually, off stream I went through and I finally made these stairs because for us people who are bad at electrifying, the railway was the best mode of travel, not by track or car, but just as like a bridge to walk on.
Yeah, at least it helped me figure out where to go for the Abyss because for the longest time I was like, I have no idea where it is I'm going.
Yeah. Which is why Kirby built a road.
Since the election center doesn't exist anymore, why don't we include that in this?
Yeah, it's part of the town district.
Okay.
Shopping district.
Do we want to talk about the remodeled city center since we're here?
Yeah.
Sure. So this tree was here originally. It was actually about right where I'm. It was actually about right where I'm floating, and we moved it over to the center to make it the center point. And I modeled this after a picture I saw online, and I put in like the little cafe here, a couple of other ones. The idea was that they were each going to be a shop run by a villager for different. Like each shop would have the different villager jobs, and then we ended up changing that all up. So we had a couple of them over here. Like this blue building has the Everbright and Everdawn specialty job, or at least one of them.
Stargazer.
Yeah. And with a library in here as well for people to do enchantments and a couple of other things. Then I had a couple of other buildings we just never got around to finishing, so we just marked it down that they were for sale.
I
Over.
remember helping out with like picking out color schemes for a lot of these.
Yeah, that was a bunch of fun. The cafe over here is one of the ones that I felt most proud of while I was building it, because I really like the way that the clear glass doors work as kind of just a floor, and now there is ice.
Your shoes.
Oh, that's okay. That was a water elevator.
Your shoes are.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's no big deal. It's fine. And then once had this little spot where you could eat at the table and then overlook the nice little village area. And then we have the nightclub, which was, I believe, one of Oren's specialties. Had the secure. Yep, and then you go down the stairs to the dance floor.
Oh, this is where all the villagers are.
Oh my gosh! Everyone's hanging out here.
The floor.
Get you a drink.
And the floor lights up, and
Oh, that's so cool!
and
Make
there's
someone dance with me.
Hang on a second, I will grab the music.
Oh yeah.
How's
Don't
about...
not anything but pig step.
It
Okay.
looks like the milk bar from Majora's Mask.
We don't want copyright strikes.
No, how about this one?
I don't know. Okay.
That's not the most dancey music.
Burn, baby, burn. I'm a disco inferno. Burn, baby,
Oh, no.
burn.
Okay, you know what? Then I think I think we're done here. Disco died in the 70s.
Yes.
Disco died and I killed it.
But no, it was a really neat little build here. Other than...
Cool. I like this a lot.
This was a really cool one.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it part of the way through.
And then this was also the one, because each place was supposed to have a shop in the lower level, and then the upper level was an apartment for the villagers. And the purple one is the one that had the smallest apartment because of the like water area behind it. The fancy little like park almost where the walkway went.
There's actually a hidden thing back here, but I don't know if anyone ever got back here to look.
Oh yeah, the
Is it still back here? I can't. Yeah, there's still a spoon back here.
Oh. A spoon.
I'm just gonna break the top block to make this easier.
Hey, real quick, I know now's kind of like a bad time to ask. What does SMP stand for?
Survival multiplayer.
And then instead of
I didn't.
ha.
No worries. She ratted you out immediately.
She always rats me out immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So prior to building this, we also had the stasis chambers. Instead of deleting them, I went ahead and just made it one of the shops. So this was supposed to be somebody's stasis chamber emporium, and it was supposed to have a spot for at least 8 people to use, and we just never got around to it. But it was a neat little place. Leaving here, the next spot was the blacksmith.
This is probably my favorite one out of all of them.
Oh, the gold trim.
Yeah, I like what the gold lining is very cool.
This actually reminds me that we missed a spot in the castle, so let's revisit that at some point.
Yeah, we will be going back.
Blacksmith
Yeah,
spot.
we also want to check out all of Gore's builds. So let's do we can do Gore's next and then hit the castle after.
And then this right here was probably the neat, like one of my favorite things that Wyatt ended up doing was this.
Raw ore.
It's a dock, that way whenever a boat would come in, we'd be able to send in the resources into the basement, and then they'd have it all up top.
Honestly, I felt like the river itself here, this river that feeds into the ocean, was like a really cool, a long line way of like having builds. Because I think like the majority of the builds are next to the river in some capacity.
Since the copper building was kind of vacant, the last building that I ended up making before the Honeycomb hubbub was this little hut, which was supposed to be just a like fishmonger was supposed to be living here, and I thought at first At first, my thought was, oh, hey, this could be like a little side home for Fishmail if that ended up being the case, and then Kirby never got on. So, woo. Then the last place that was finished was the Honeycomb hubbub with the giant honeybee.
Didn't the Honeycomb hubbub start at the election? Wasn't that like the?
It was a journal that was started during the election by Laser.
And if you listen closely, you'll hear that the floor is carpeted amethyst.
I love
And then we've got a big printing press here. And all of the bees are named.
There's a lot of bees. You check out their names.
There's Colby, and
Kirby,
Toby, and Beatrice. Oh my god, I love them so much.
look at them, Toby, Toby,
And Kirby.
Hmm.
So cute.
This was a very fun one to make. This is...
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I think our next stop should be the Everdon Everwrite towns we have for each.
Do we want to go your builds first and the castle and then go?
I feel like those would be out of the way because like we do the Everbright Everdon and then that bring us closest to the ski resort. Because otherwise it's just gonna be hard to do the ski resort later on.
Totally.
Alright.
Yeah, right. The portals!
Well, before we do the portals, do we want to do Briar's house before we do the portals?
Oh yeah,
Let's do Briar's house because we're here.
She was in the old ruins here, which is very cool. If you had like a bunch of black candles, her build is very cute.
I never actually walked in here at all.
Her build is very cute.
Right before the election happened, I left a note in here as like a propaganda thing. Well, not propaganda, but like my attempt to get her to vote for Spruce. And then she didn't log on again, so I was like, great, I guess I'll go delete that. I'll get rid of that book.
I just pulled up a book that is Briar's old diary.
Oh.
I don't think I should read it. I don't know. It feels weird to read a fictional character's diary.
This is a nice little home, though.
I really like it. Little treehouse vibes.
Yeah.
Somewhere in here. Actually, wild thing if you
There's a
come
hidden
up
area
to...
now. I don't know where it is.
Yeah, there's a hidden area. They changed the entrance, but if you all come up to the bedroom, I stumbled across it. Hey, here we are. I stumbled across it before the SMP ever started. When we were still doing our build phase, I came over to visit Spruce's player, or not Spruce's, Briar's player, and I stumbled across this, and they were just like, you didn't see anything.
I never saw this.
Like a full-ass torture rack down here.
Wow.
And you thought that Briar's family should have been royalty.
Whatever was on this book, though, got blanked out, so...
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll never really know what the deal with this was, but there's just a full-ass torture chamber in here.
There is a full-ass torture chamber. Yep.
Dang.
Yeah, now. Don't yuck on Briar's young.
No. Chambers are the line.
I think, honestly, what... the Wither Skull makes me think it's like... Right. It's kind of like almost a contradiction between life and death being like the undeath.
Oh, there's a secret exit here, too.
Oh?
Wait,
Are you kidding me?
Well,
Secret tunnel!
I already took the regular exit, so you guys have fun.
Whoa! Oh!
It just comes out to the river. That's all.
Yeah, it's nothing super special.
How did you get there?
Yeah, it's part of the way up.
Right here.
How did I not notice that?
Oh, wow.
Wait.
Well, I just punched it out. It wasn't...
Oh.
Yeah,
There was a layer of blocks creating a dirt wall.
Oh my god, I would have no idea that existed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, me neither. That's crazy.
That was never really relevant because Briar disappeared.
Briar did 2 seconds and then was gone.
I was kind of sad because I really wanted to know what this was, or what this ruin was.
Yeah.
I don't know what Briar's intention was for it, but I put up this sign when I built the dimensional research site, because I was like, this is an archway, we're putting portal archway here, portal archways here. Maybe I can, like, convert this into, like, some sort of portal plotline MacGuffin thing.
Yeah.
Didn't have any plans beyond that, but...
So are we going Bright or Dawn first?
Yeah, Everbright or Everdawn?
Everdawn.
I feel like
let's do Dawn.
Oh, I forgot how fast that portal was.
Yeah, with creative. Oh, man.
Alright,
This is not my favorite build I've ever done.
Get out!
Okay,
it's purely functional.
So this was the base camp. I remember, because when we went to do the exploration, we had we broke it up into 2 teams and then swapped. I think it was
me, Spruce, and Gore did not do any building. We were doing immediate exploring, and when we came through the portal to see a giant wizard tower, of course we're gonna go see the giant wizard tower first.
Oh, someone decorated it.
Oh
like,
yeah, have you seen
wow.
what Cody did to the entrance?
This is the
nice.
town.
Whoa,
Oh
this
yeah,
is
it got like reflavored.
This is
It
the
looks
city of
awesome.
Towersville.
Oh my god.
I never got to make a home here.
Yeah, I made this cactus. Cody made the other one.
Yep.
Wow, I like it. Cody did some farming in both dimensions, which is cool.
I actually helped out with this build, but only because I was like going back and forth between helping out and terrorizing Cody, and like keeping that delicate balance.
Yeah.
Balance is generous.
So this was our first battle against the alchemist.
Yeah, this was cool.
This is kind of the first introduction to the fights here, right?
Yeah.
It's literally it's the first boss we ever fought because we were like, okay, we found this. Let's bring everybody together. What? There he is. Look at that guy. There he is. Look at that. He's cool.
Yep.
All right, everyone, gather around.
No.
Punch pit! I'm sorry, Cody's front lawn, but I'm also not sorry because the world is saved already. Oh my god, this is gonna take forever. Come on, let me
Honestly, I'm ready.
Hey, hold
Breaking
on.
out a different sword.
Hit him into here. Hit him into the pit.
They're hitting him away from the pit.
They're hitting him away from the pit.
They're hitting him
Oh my god.
He's dying so quick.
Yeah, throw him in the pit. There's TNT in the pit.
How many times do we have to tell you, old man?
Oh yeah, that's
Light
how
it.
felt.
Light it.
How long is this going to take? He lived.
Oh no! Oh my god, we just barely missed it. Look what we almost did. Oh my goodness. Don't blow that up. Don't blow that up. Oh my god. Oh
Ooh, there's a tunnel.
Thank goodness you didn't. Oh my god. I'm so ready to get the build.
Challenge complete. Potent
And
opponent.
then you get a little loot bag, and that loot bag would have something cool in it for you.
Oh wait, did we uncover a build or? This is
No, this is just a cave that we explored. There.
Yeah.
It's a natural cave.
So we could go to
What
the
is
city
happening?
towers.
This is one of the caves I was exploring.
Yeah.
My source of moonstone.
Hey, Wyatt. Now's your chance to show off your restoration powers.
Ooh, yeah, you right.
Wyatt discovered this earlier. Oh, careful, Captain. Come up. There you go. Restoration powers.
Where did everyone else go?
They went up. City of Towersville.
City of Towersville, where's everybody?
We were still down there as...
Yeah, the residential
This
district
tower's
is
really
kind of where
cool.
it's all out.
I never saw this until
This
today.
tower is awesome, dude. These towers are so cool.
I like this area, like this plaza.
So this is my place. I built this out so other people could build, but no one ended up building out here. This would have been Jethrin's little
Yeah, I
house
know.
here.
I built my whole my little. I feel like I'm the only one who did like an actual build out here. I did my own little house. I was ready to live because I love the Everdine aesthetically so much.
There's lots of purple.
Personally, I think it was my thing was I was more into the Everbright. So
Same.
Yeah, I know.
Same.
It's unfortunate that I felt like I was the outlier, so everybody built in the Everbright, and that ended up being the one that people went
Oh,
with.
speaking of, do you guys want to go to the Everbright?
Yes.
Hang on, I want to see the inside of the cactuses actually.
There's
Oh,
also
Campytown.
the eternal ice bridge because of my Frostwalker, but this world never has sun, so it'll never melt.
This
Yeah,
one's
I know,
pretty
we
much
have-
just a stairway. I never got the chance to interior decorate the cactus.
Well, let's check Cody's then.
Cody might have done something with theirs, yeah. How do you get in? Oh, here we go. Stairs.
I love the use of these
But it has
these
Oh,
crystal.
these are pretty.
Oh, those are cool.
The use of the crystal like planks and stuff.
Yeah, for clear, it's pretty sweet.
I do like that.
Yeah.
I too have a skull in my bedroom.
The cool window. It's
Very
I mean,
clever decor.
this is the stranger. Come on, this is a king. This is a king's skull.
This is a king. You know, yeah, he always called us such shitheads, and we were, but you know, he is a king killer.
Yeah, I love the high road of, man, you guys keep messing up my front yard by planting berry bushes. I've murdered many kings canonically.
Yeah, I canonically murdered many kings. It's yeah, aren't the giant characters cool? They're sweet,
including the king of this very kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right.
I love the
How
Everdon
about,
so much. It's so
Everbright?
cool.
Yeah, Everbright.
Let's go.
To the Everbright.
Wah.
In Galaxy of Heroes, does it matter if I do dark side or light side battles? Just like
They'll give you have different ones that you have different characters that you can use, and then you'll also get different rewards.
okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like.
Well,
Anyone coming?
yep.
Give it a sec. Yep. Everyone's going over to the.
Whoa, we're inside.
Right.
So,
and this one was everybody's favorite.
Yeah, to put up a perspective, our team was immediately wanting to build a kind of a safety zone because it was a whole new dimension. We didn't know what was going to happen, so our team decided to go and start. And then we realized very quickly that the safest part of the world was in the trees. So we built what was called Canopy Town. This is Canopy Town.
Canopy Town.
Isn't it cool?
Cherry Blossom Point.
Yeah, they're cherry blossoms.
It's Plaza.
Plays.
Yes.
I like it. It's like Plaza and Place smashed into one. But I love it. Oh, the cherry blossoms.
Oh, this is where
This didn't always used to look like a ritual circle. That's my later builds.
Okay, I'm partial to it. I enjoy it.
The ritual circles are cool. Yeah, what are you talking about? It's all cool.
It is.
Oh, Captain's little tavern. Captain built a tavern in this world. It was so good.
It's like a little Viking ship.
Yeah, I tried to make it.
Yeah.
We like fit the aesthetic very Vikingly.
We did.
Why is there an Among Us over here?
There isn't a sus Among Us, isn't there? So
In
the windows
every
do
window.
a little bit sus, huh?
A little bit sus.
Windows are sus. That's
A
crazy.
little sus.
And
Don't worry.
I liked my little cozy build here.
I will deal with the Among Us.
Barry, what are you doing?
Dealing with the Among Us.
Jacob?
No.
Jacob? No. My anxiety, my love how everyone gave you crap about the pumpkin roof here. Everybody did, because I was trying to be cool to Gore. Gore was like, I'll make pumpkin roof. I was like, it's cool. It's cool.
It's like almost like a straw texture if you use it
I
the
don't-
right way.
I'm gonna...
Oh, yeah, if you look at it the right way, it does kind of just look like straw roofing. You're right. Ooh, that gives me ideas.
Multiple uses, man.
So I think
Yeah.
the people
Use your
that
imagination.
the actual houses, I think,
Reindeer?
belong to. Yeah, we have the
Yeah.
captains. We have Jethrin had a lab and a room. We had Oren's place, and then
I
I
really
believe
like
it was.
Cody's build here is cool
Yeah,
as hell.
it's the honestly Cody's is like one of the coolest here.
It's such a cool little house build. That's fucking sweet, dude. Look at that.
Yeah,
Oh.
and then with the farm, and then the doctors is here too. So that's kind of the whole everyone who lived here, Canopy Town.
Yeah, pretty simple.
Ooh.
But it's cozy. Honestly, the town really is like super cozy. The
It is, yeah, it
consistent
turned out super
Viking
well.
aesthetic and like the layout just lends itself to this kind of like enclosed, comfy space.
Yeah, it
very nice.
just feels like a closed off. Yeah, this is your chill space for now because this place is very dangerous.
Too many ghosts down there that need to just piss off.
Yeah.
Yo,
All the ghosts.
Down there is very dangerous.
But we
Yeah,
realized
good idea.
very
There's
quickly.
ghosts and polar bears. Where are they?
Yeah, we realized very quickly that that there was a lot down here, so that's why we decided to move up
Build up.
to the canopy.
Oh,
Yeah.
here's one. Hey, buddy. Hey, ghost.
They
If
whisper.
you kill him, a little ghosty guy flies out. You're supposed to kill that guy because if you don't, he could spawn into another ghost. But he's a bitch to kill, so I never did. The bitch and a half to run after, and you get lost. You get lost in the.
I got it.
After that, so
it's like a will-o-wisp. That's the point.
Ooh.
Camptown really was a great place. Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah.
And there's saber-tooth tigers and ghost polar bears too. Those are the major other enemies.
The ghost polar bears, I think, are called poltergeist.
That's awesome.
Poltergeist.
Pretty sweet.
Poltergeist.
Anything else here, or should we move on towards
I think we
the
should.
overworld?
Yeah, let's move back to the overworld.
Yeah, we can head back.
Oh.
Or want to again. The boss of the Everbright was the worst. Therefore, the Everdawn is my favorite.
Oh my god, that boss took forever.
That was terrible. Bad game. Bad game.
Wait. Where's Gale?
Yeah.
I guess next from here,
Oh, there she is.
unless we want to do Orange thing first, then we can just go straight to the Snow Lodge.
Oh, we also got my place too.
Yeah, we'll pass by V's place here.
We have V's place, the Stranger's place. Sim left a note. We'll want to check out the Sim structures.
Let's do a loop. So I think we should go. If we don't do the Orange structure, we should go to the ski resort, and then we get Valor's place, and as well as Spruce's place and Oren's main place on the way back, like circle around.
And your house.
Yeah.
Sure. So ski resort.
Ski resort.
Oh my god, there's the pain climbing.
Oh
Yes.
my god,
Yeah,
it hurts so much. It hurts so much.
The ski resort's so cool.
This was such a cool build.
It's so fucking neat. Little ski resort. Look at the way that they made into the fucking chairs. They made the chairs.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute.
Somebody made a full copy of Lasers.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny is he was like panicking to destroy the original. It's still here. That's really funny.
Why is this here?
Someone played with World Edit.
Somebody was messing with World Edit and trying to figure out how they could move it.
I wonder who was messing with World Edit and was messing specifically with Cody.
Oh, I remember this.
Oh, wait.
Yep.
There's one of the Sims structures over here. This is where
Sims.
I don't know if it was on stream, but like Gore was showing Sims Dimension at one point.
Oh yeah.
There's a closed portal inside.
There's a closed portal inside.
Yeah, I found this also off stream.
And entry point. Yep, that's what Joe's
stream, but that was because Joe was helping me get back home.
There was another sim structure up here as well. You see,
There's
like
sim
distance.
Yeah.
Lost looking for sim structures.
Honestly, for the sim structures, that's when we should tour the Nether and use the sim structure for travel to see those.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I think all the portals are closed right now.
Oh, this is such a cool spot to build.
Honestly,
this is like a cool natural spot.
Before the sim structure here, I was really considering building here because this is really close to my base, and I saw this. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And then the sim structure moved in. I'm like, I don't want to infringe. You know?
I made a hole in the top for anyone who wants to see the inside of a sim structure.
Yep.
Yeah, they're wild, dude.
He's not here to tell us what his plot plans were.
Yeah.
Me and Joe actually talked last night, so Joe's plot plans for Sim were exactly what you see is what you get. Sim was a kind of out of this world being that's mission was to observe and learn by watching all of us. So sim structures came in 3 different varieties. They're functional sim structures, like this one. There are observational sim structures, like the main ones we see around Gore and the Abyss, and then there are the sim structures that house like Sim's essence. Those structures are a bit more rare, and there's like the main sim structure, but that one Joe was not finished with and was not satisfied enough with to give me permission to show that off.
I found one. I did find one off stream, really close to my like underwater. That was really.
I'm getting some like really cool music for this right now.
Billy, your
If it was
count is over here
underwater,
that
that
you're
is
looking at.
likely the main.
Yeah, I
section
didn't actually end up doing anything with it, so.
Oh, well, it had like a cool observation place with literally like models of all the people who lived.
Yep,
in it.
that's it.
Yeah, that's
so
the main one.
cool.
We'll definitely have to visit that to show it off.
Joe actually requested that we do not.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
It was incomplete, and Joe was not satisfied enough with it to show it off.
All right.
We want to finish checking out the ski resort and then head back.
Official statement from Joe Condor says it's all right. Go ahead.
Oh, perfect. There we go.
Okay.
We'll see that. We'll visit that when we visit Cap'n.
Are we going to? Are we going?
I think we saw most of the ski resort.
We're pretty close to. Yeah, we can get to.
Jethrin.
Whoa!
Yeah, my village is up here. So I've done a lot of work on this village through the server. I wanted to tell this is Port Grey Sparrow. This is the Honeycomb Commonwealth's second city. And basically, I wanted it to kind of make it so that Jethrin did a part of it, and then villagers that moved in made the other part. And so you can see kind of the mix.
A barn.
If you weren't, one of the things that I wanted to kind of mention during this whole experience was that I made very, very gradual changes over every session to make it seem like it was being built up.
Including, didn't you use this boat and have it like go different places to show like resources being moved around?
Yes,
yeah,
I even did that.
It was near my house at one point.
Yeah, so I constantly moved things around to try to keep everything together.
Okay. There's a guy in your house and he doesn't seem okay.
Let's see, where is he?
He was just opening and closing doors. There it is.
Yeah, they kind of get stuck a little bit. You all will get to see the airship, which I think should be kind of the end thing to explore.
Oh.
Yeah. You'll notice this is the dock that it was being built upon, and this was one of the projects that just, if you came back every week, it would be a little bit bigger and a little bit like more work was done. The villagers, kind of the story I want to tell. The villagers built up this fort. All the villager buildings, and back here the barn was there. Then they got exposed to the Everbright and Everdawn materials and got to play around with those. So they got them like a week later than the main town. Some fun things I wanted to talk about with Jethrin. I guess the sabotaged airship was kind of one of those things, so it never happened. It was because of Briar, according to
well, not
Jacob.
Briar. That was connected to Shade.
That was more Shade. Okay.
Yeah, because Shade was basically the kind of mini boss. He was working for the big bad. So the destruction of your airship was something that admittedly I never really had fully fleshed out. It was something like, okay, this person sabotaged it and I never figured out why. It was something I'm sure I'll come up with a why.
That could have led up to something so cool, because me and Shade, and for a time being our end, kind of had like a triage going on. That could have led to something so sweet.
It just happened off camera, which is the saddest thing.
I know, it happened.
You had such a fun speech that no one will ever hear.
It was so cool, but I didn't do it on camera.
There were so many things that off camera that was missed. One of my favorite off camera moments was me and Gore. We were outside of Valor's, and Gore's challenged me to tic-tac-toe, and farmed up 6 squares, placed the pumpkin, and all right, but I'll warn you, I'm the greatest tic-tac-toe player ever. And then I learned that I can't place berries on tilled dirt. And I just looked at him like, you win this round. And then I turned and I walked away. Then I walked back out of character. It's real shame none of us are streaming right now. That was a good bit.
Such a good bit. That's hilarious, dude. We might be getting a special sneak peek of Tim here soon.
Yeah. Okay, so a few more things before we go out of here. So
I have one thing to add on eventually before we go out.
Yeah, this year was where the end leakage was in my area. You can see that kind of in that right structure, that small structure. This is where the end leak in this area was from having the chorus fruit. And when Gore cured it, we were still skeptical of Gore. So Jethrin built this containment, this biosphere around.
At the time, it was just alright, the zone, don't purify past this point. And so Gore's like, alright, and then just like grew really high up because they couldn't grow out.
That's funny.
So yeah, this is a biosphere. Future plans. I'm gonna go quickly. If we ever continued, there was a few things that were kind of I never really thought. I think the only character to actually see this is probably the Doctor.
Incorrect. Incorrect. Captain Marrow followed you guys a lot because Captain Marrow never trusted Dr. Vincent or Jethrin. So I actually overheard and saw you go into this multiple times. A couple times on stream.
Hey, on that topic, were you the one that left like the warning TNT?
Yeah, I left the warning TNTs all over the place. I put the TNT here that said Dr. Vincent's not on your side, and I tried to like sow seeds.
Yeah, this is interesting.
We did do a lot of sneaking. You are right, Sonic. I did a ton of sneaking around.
So yeah, down here is a sub lab.
Yeah,
that we kind of worked on.
Sub lab.
This is before that we were building netherite gear here. I was in association with the Doctor. We were building netherite at the very early part of the server.
I think we were the first ones to get it, right?
Yeah, because we kind of when the dragon died, we went down here and took half of an armor set as protection against death.
Yeah, good times. And then we showed up, and everyone was like, "Oh, wow! You just walked up and enchanted netherite."
Walked up in full enchant. Yep.
Yeah. An extra thing that I never really, if the series was to keep going on, Jethrin would have experimented a lot more with different things, and I allocated some space here. This would have been an elevator into a massive lab.
It's like a hangar.
Yeah, it feels like a hangar, like Star Wars spaceship level.
I see an Enderman has been here.
That's true.
So this is kind of was something that I was like ready to engage if ever need be, but never saw the opportunity. Yeah. So that's kind of my area in general. It was made to be very functional in electricity. You can see you can't really make wires in Minecraft, but there were like posts for like electricity to pass through to the airship from the water wheel.
Was the stuff down there before or after Spruce came over trying to sneak his way over to get the end fruit?
The big sub lab that was with the space, that was prior, but the sub lab has been there since like very, very early on, and you just barely missed it.
Because I was trying my best to sneak through and it did not work.
There's actually a secret entrance down here.
I almost drowned in here when the Ender Dragon was dead.
I think this is
the end of it, and the end was like sealed up, and I had to like mine through it, and I was like, oh, I'm running out of time.
Yeah, so this was just like a secret entrance that was installed. But yeah, that drowning incident made me like, maybe this shouldn't be a secret entrance.
Oh well, that's frozen.
Yeah, it's very tight.
So that was kind of the whole ordeal with it. Anyway, I think let's move on to either Michael's place or Oren or Bruce.
Did we cover the thing you wanted to hit here, Mero? You said you had a thing before we left.
Oh yeah, we covered the thing with me being a spy for a lot of settings. Yeah.
Hit Oren, Spruce, and then Michael in that order.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, this way.
Oh, one. Yeah. One more note. So there in Minecraft, there's one dragon egg per server per world, and Jethrin actually still has that Ender Dragon egg.
upon this the first time, and it was just so fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
I built
Yeah.
this,
This
and
was
then
so...
immediately abandoned it. Never came back.
I think I don't know if I had posted it by this point, but like Flying Islands was a huge part of Dr. Vincent's backstory, so I was just like, what the fuck would I got here? I was like flipping out.
How
so much
dare!
time. We could have done so much fun lore together.
I can tell that I've been here at least once because there's berry bushes. That
Yep.
The amount of times I've cleared your berry bushes. At one point there was a whole walkway.
No. There got to a point where like legitimately my inventory was just full of berries all the time because I carried nothing else. That when I just walked places, I would walk backwards sometimes just doing that.
This is actually, it's one of my favorite little houses I've built because
it's a really dope little house.
It's very aesthetically
pleasing.
pleasing.
The Japanese style.
Yeah.
Oh
This is originally what I wanted to go for Orin. I was either thinking the traveler route I took or like a druid-esque style, more nature themed.
I love the stair walls here. That's so cool.
I remember the doctor and I were up here. It was like so magical.
Do I still have that? Yeah, I have this book that I found a long time ago that you guys wanted to steal. The book with every enchantment on it.
Yeah, I remember this. But like when we tried to enchant an axe with it, it didn't work. That was.
It didn't give you the right enchantments. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were like, oh well, crap. Who's blowing up stuff?
Those little
someone's
flame
punching the
orbs
fireballs.
around,
In the air. Okay.
Yeah, they're exploding.
Yeah, you can just punch them and launch them.
Yeah, I remember just being absolutely enamored by them, by this build.
This was
think
before I
it was
discovered Tombstone.
me and the stranger were out doing I forget what we were doing. We came across this before you could talk to us, and I had never actually heard your voice, Aaron. So I was like, okay. It's all silent.
I remember that. I really liked the idea of having this nice little calm, tranquil bamboo island for someone that couldn't speak. So it'd be a very calm setting to where you just show up and then anytime there's noise, you are the disturbance for coming up and talking.
Yeah, that's true. You are the disturbance.
It was a fun idea.
Whoa.
I didn't even know there's a sim structure over here either.
This was the observing structure for Spruce's farm.
Yeah, I didn't see this one. This is one I.
That's cool. So you observe.
Yep.
Oh, there's still a portal in this one.
Oh, neat. I thought they
Oh,
were
actually, has quarters. Okay.
That's cool.
That's pretty neat.
Observation outlook. Warning. Item code. Unstable growth. Priority.
I like it.
I'm talking to your dog. I don't know whose dog it is I'm talking to.
And now they are all trapped.
No! Creative.
You fool, we have a portal.
Oh no.
Let's go over to Spruce's place.
Yeah, let's use Spruce.
Spruce.
Let's start at the front gate.
Can do.
Because the front gate's pretty much where I started everything.
I see Barry has been here too.
Yes.
It's a permanent scar upon the land.
Yep, the berry plague.
The front gate's pretty much what I started with. I went ahead and just threw together the walls, and why?
It's better this way.
No.
You have a lot more explodable things, so just remember that. Next time you think you're going to destroy a berry patch.
Okay. But this one, I built the tree on top of this one as just like the idea of... I wasn't initially named Spruce. I just called him the Quarryman. So whenever I realized I was like, oh, I named this place Spruce Quarry because of the tree. And I was like, screw it, my name's Spruce. So then.
Sorry to interrupt real quick. How did I end up with the book with every enchantment? Because I just saw that in my inventory now.
It got
It
dropped
was
somewhere
thrown on
along
the
the
floor
line.
at some point.
But then over here I've got Pip the Axolotl. He's a delight, little yellow dude.
Hi, Pip.
He survived the culling.
Yes, and then
I think he's far enough away from the culling.
My axolotl survived the culling too.
Yeah, I think it was like the main kingdom that got overcrowded.
Axolotls just built different.
I'll show the hut last because there's something in it that I want to show you all. But I had different areas that I actually placed in different mineable minerals and that just so that way it was like, oh, this is where the granite is, and over here is where the clay and the sand and everything else was. Over here was one that I wanted to Hector was a plan that I had from the beginning and just never did because I kind of forgot about doing anything with this once the end disease came in. And so Hector just kind of never existed. He was inside a chest in my house. And but the idea was yes. So the idea was this was an area where gravel was just loose up top, and he's stuck behind it because of a cave-in.
Oh no, Hector!
Yeah, so
Hector
I.
And Jerry should be friends. Oh my god.
Yes,
Billy,
so.
you need more credit for this design right here because this is brilliant.
I absolutely love
this. Is so cool.
Very good.
But
the way you use like the these things are sweet.
But yeah.
Grindstones, yeah.
Got that set up. And everything down here. I actually mined this all out myself because for the first couple streams, I did come down here and just harvest a ton of stone because that was what I was doing. This was actually the farthest down I got. Was over here. Well, that I also just put like random stuff that I would have found while digging on display on that. So that's why the bone.
It's ore and then a bone.
The bone's a fossil.
There was one bit throughout the series where at one point I came over to this quarry either because I had just found it for the first time or because I was looking for you. I don't remember which. And it was nighttime, and this place was not well lit up enough to stop mobs from spawning.
Right.
And there were just a fuck ton of monsters here. So like a whole chunk of that episode was me just being like, wait, fuck, I gotta get out of here. But I like fell down into the lower segments of the quarry and couldn't find my way out. So it felt like I was in like some like Doom or like Quake level of just like running around killing these things as fast as I could, like zigzagging through the labyrinth of a quarry.
Perfect.
It was very fun.
So
That's really cool.
the end leakage was actually so I started it off as one tiny end portal down in the bottom of the bay. Was right here, and then it was going to, and then I created it to where it was the end stone was growing out of that, and that was where like once it got up onto the land, I started planting the chorus plants and everything came up that way. All of the vine things here, I believe, were a gore trait, and
Jethrin had asked Gore to purify all the end stuff, so that's what all this was.
And there's still a few end portals over here, but oh, there's a train.
Menacing end sounds.
But yeah.
It was during the Abyss arc that we first noticed.
I was kind of hoping nobody would notice it for a while, and then we flew over here and like, whoa, what's happening there? And I'm like, shit.
Oh no!
Yeah.
We were trying to find the mansion, Woodland Mansion.
Yes.
The mobs in there. That's what led to that.
Yep. But yeah, that was always a fun one. But the last thing that I really have is over at my hut. It was just a small thing. This has been the house that I've had here since the beginning. And there hasn't really been anything here. I put the Quarryman, the original book, on above my bed, and had a couple of different things throughout the chests, including the horse and skeleton horse spawn eggs. Yeah, I could
have had one all along.
I kind of forgot I had them because I don't come over here very often. But the
I like the sort of live, laugh, love signs you have.
Yes. The dream big dreams, get that stone. The big secret was after we decided that we were going to incorporate. Excuse me. And after we had decided we were going to incorporate what the hell?
Why? And why? What was that for?
Who did that?
Was me. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was gonna be that big of an explosion.
Dude, don't. Okay.
Oh, now I'm also mad at you because I just got the page 1 of 9 books in my inventory. How dare you remind me of my child?
Okay. Would you stop? I was.
This is why I backed up the server before the session.
Anyway, no, I'm just glad there wasn't much of a house to explore. At this point, down below where I was levitating for a moment, because we had incorporated the ability to steal things, I had built a vault down here where I could hide all of my special stuff, including Scatterblade from the top of the tree.
This is where this was. I saw you go in here on stream once, and I was like, where the hell is that?
And also my Totem of Undying and my my wither that I was able to assemble was all in here, because I was like, oh, I have a nuke in case Valor ends up winning the election. I could just blow the place up.
No, hold on.
It's also where you kept your 4 stacks of seeds.
4 stacks of seeds down here?
Well, they ended up in my inventory after the explosion.
Oh, yeah, it's probably because of my wheat farm that I had outside that sadly enough got destroyed. But I'm glad that you backed it up. But yeah, if you swim out past this one, it takes you to a jet stream which shoots you up, which is also a secure way of making sure that nobody could sneak in from this route.
Oh, that's cool.
Whoosh.
Oh, that's sweet.
I got the for anybody who may have watched some bits and pieces of Maya Knight, I got this idea from Captain Sparkles because it was one of the things that he did, because they had vaults. So the 1 block high vault area was one of the things that he did in, I believe, season 2.
Was it season 2? I thought it was Myanetian.
Oh, it was. I know it was in Myanetian Isles, but it was when they incorporated the Purge, because they did a Purge thing in the actual Maya Knight.
The Purge has existed since season 1, I thought.
Was it season 1? Okay.
Yeah, it started season 1.
That's their story. This is our story.
Right. That was where I came up with this idea to make the vault, though, and I was kind of excited I got to make it, but I had no idea where I was going to put it at first. And then I was like, oh, well, I could just make it like this, and so that's how I came up with that one. But it was one nobody ever found, and I didn't have to worry about any of my stuff getting taken. So. But yes, it was a good one. Next, I've.
Over to my place.
Hey.
Yep, Michael.
Follow me and just stick closely because I want to do this in a certain order.
Okay.
Okay, yep, that's why you got teleported with TNT. Okay. Yep.
Sim thing after. What happened to book?
I just over at that sim monument over there. There's a book that wasn't there before, so I figured that's where Sim left his book.
Character's dad died. The plan was that I was gonna board all this up, and
Oh.
Don't worry about that. Please stop. Please don't do that. And just move on. I didn't have any character plans really. I was just building cool stuff, and I like being the side guy.
Solid.
Oh, actually, hang on. Everyone stay right. I forgot my wallet.
Also, you should get rid of your. You should get rid of your. Oh, wait a minute.
My wallet? Okay, hang on.
Remember when we saw him with TNT earlier?
What? No way.
What? No.
No, that was not for today.
It's gone.
I don't even just saw the anvil that got launched.
I did see the anvil fly away.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. The good news is insurance.
Perfect, amazing.
The bad news is I don't know where my wallet went.
I can't believe.
Which has the wallet has the insurance policy number.
I can't believe you blew up Barry's home.
You blew up Barry's house.
We saw that from Orbit. Ooh. Orbit.
Well, dang, pretty rude of you to blow up part of Jethrin's electric cores. He worked really hard on that. Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, damn,
Yeah,
cool.
I can't believe you would sabotage someone else's build. Speaking of which, let's look at the farm.
About the grade.
It's all berries.
So before we started relying on our Gemini powers, the farm was like, oh, this will all be like a food thing for people. That's fun. And every 4 minutes, Barry was like, what if I fucking just like a big old berry flavored scented dump
berry harvest
all over your farm.
This is gonna create a lot of lag, you guys.
Across the face and planted berries everywhere.
Don't worry, I'm a master of picking up berries. I'll get rid of all the lag.
I am so very relieved that you backed up the server before all this season back then.
Of course. This is just gonna be us grieving everything that we've done.
Well, you know what's funny too is I said all that TNT before I knew that. I was like, you know what? I spent hours of my life that I'll never get back building this magnificent thing, but it's gonna be so funny when I'm like, I forgot my wallet. And I'm glad it paid off.
It was a really good bit.
This area got a lot of transformations because I remember having the big bamboo forest. And
we did have the big bamboo forest.
No, see, because we started this back when I was.
You're real close.
When I was only working 3 hours a day, so I in the morning and the evenings and all that time I was just like, well, I can stay up till 3 a.m. doing Minecraft. Now I can't. I'm tired all the time.
I loved the never-ending bit that was whenever we would stand outside Valor's house, somebody would open the door to his livestock farm.
And let that some of out.
Cows!
Oh my god. It was so funny.
So much fun that we did.
It was so much fun for you, wasn't it?
It was so good. Back before.
It was so funny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So good.
I did that a lot.
It was so funny just opening a gate and letting it go. Like, why are we running?
It was very good.
Alright.
Hey, but then the house is intact.
Also, when Valor died, I didn't want to write a whole new character. So I decided right then that my only defining trait different from my father was that I was a frog.
I had to.
Was that you hated your father?
Had that too.
Yep.
So, do we want to check out the Sim Centers?
Let's go to Gail's place first.
Well, I mean, Sim's right here is what I mean. Like,
Sim is
right,
above.
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember when this used to be colorful.
Yeah, it did have color in it.
Yeah,
It was
at
the very beginning.
Shut down or something. Are we gonna read this right now, or are we saving it till we're in canon stuff again?
we can. It's a short read, and I don't know if Joe's on just for the read and then he has to hop off, or if Joe's with us for the rest. So that's why I wanted to kind of do it now while we have Joe, because I don't know if Joe has to go to do other things.
We read.
We exist for it. Might just be invisible, just floating around it.
He's like, look up.
Yeah, oh my god.
All the way up there.
Yep, I can see the figure. Hello.
Oh wait. Okay.
Oh.
Slowly descending.
I got it.
Teleporting's gonna be quicker.
Teleporting's gonna be quicker.
Stop hitting those. You're gonna hit something like
Where? So what are we doing here? no, we. Oh.
Hi, Sam.
So.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
How's the family?
Oh, you're all dressed up dapper-like.
Yep.
I think something happened to your mic because I don't hear you anymore.
I hear our stream, but I don't hear your voice.
Yeah. Still coming down, and you welcome.
SV.
To Honeycomb, to Honeycomb, to Honeycomb. Oh, you like there whenever you're ready. I do that time. Oh. I got the slow walk. Wait, can I do? We lost our voice today. I got a moonwalk. I'm doing a moonwalk. Yeah.
I know how it feels, Sim. Trust
For the
me,
remainder of the
Honeycomb.
Honeycomb, Sim will be voiced by none other than Jacob Keller.
Oh no. Sim did have a really good skin.
We ask forgiveness.
I love object heads.
We know you will travel/journey far from this place. We cannot make the journey. Do not worry about us. The kingdom will be watched over. EXE process. Safeguard process. We will be here. We will protect. Be safe. Call ended.
Aww.
Oh. Well, thank you, Sam.
I'm giving you a salute.
By the time we come back, if it's all blown up, we'll understand what happened. The airstrike.
The airstrike. Oh no, the airstrike inbound.
Well.
Alrighty, so where to next?
Gale's place and then Strangers.
Hey, follow me.
Well, after Gale, let's go to Barry's, then Strangers.
Barry still has a place to live?
Barry has a hole in the ground that has memories attached to it. And what is a place to live if not a hole in the ground with memories attached to it?
Memories we wish you all luck. Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I love this little.
did not make it.
How about through the color?
That's okay.
No, they did. They're over there.
Over where?
Wait a minute. Those are Valor's cats.
I don't know where he is. No! Tim, I'm supposed to tell you that Laser loves you, but you can just say it in chat. Okay.
This is my Sunmancy and Tomatomancy garden and healing.
Tomatomancy! I love it so much!
Because it's a garden. And
Tomato.
It
just works so well.
I'm okay.
You don't look okay.
As you just quiet on your face past me.
I'm okay.
He's like, just enjoying the dirt.
It's a nice garden after all.
It is a good Dargan. Dargan, I said.
Yeah, I got some rose bushes.
A good Dargan. I got me old Captain Louisa.
You open the gate here.
Ooh.
Come in.
I love it.
I had my little potion. Ring the bell. And you could sit here and chat by the fire if you wanted to.
Out of all the other players' homes, your home is the home I visited the most. I can't count the times I had to run in here with berries in hand, running from a spider, because this was the only place available.
I'm glad that it became a happy area for you.
It was a sad area for a time.
Oh, it's
There's
so
tragedy.
My kitchen. In my brewing spot. Here was... I used to have paintings up. I don't know what happened to them.
There's some over here.
I think I killed an AFD bird.
Here's my remote. My flowers. More flowers. And my room.
Speaking of spiders. Spider.
So, my story was Gale was a druid
who
worked with life magic, but at one point in her journey, she got hit by a wither, and it was fighting with her magic, so she didn't die, but she wasn't exactly living. So her whole thing inside the Honeycomb Commonwealth was to eventually find a cure. And with her adventures, as she kind of went on, she was hoping to find something. And with the good of the doctor, milk milk is the cure. It's actually also the actual cure. So, if y'all want, there's some milk right there, and I'm gonna do a little toast to the Honeycomb Commonwealth, and I will be cured of this finally.
This is an auditory nightmare.
No one on our
These
stream is
drinks are
happy
bottomless,
right
huh?
It'll take a few days for the effects to wear off, but it's because of you guys that I was able to do this. So, thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, we can move on.
Good stuff. I like that your chimney actually opens up into like this little pocket. I think I actually entered through there by accident in one episode. Like I just fell without even realizing and just landed in your fireplace. It was just like, oh hi, I guess I'm here now. Sorry, didn't even notice that. I'll be on my way.
Who wants to talk about the great disaster of
Oh god.
the berry pit?
the berry bunker fall into the berry explosion, but that's not where the berry story ends. It's finally tied.
No. Oh no!
Oh dear, there's more.
Oh, the berry plague!
Hold on, I have the best counter to this. Where is the coarse fruit?
No, don't do the chorus fruit. Oh no, there's a tunnel!
No.
There's a tunnel! No!
They're all running after somebody!
They're after the chickens.
Chickens! On poles!
Oh no.
Oh god, here they come.
Does this lead to the surface, Jacob?
No, it does! It does lead to the surface. Oh no.
Jacob, what did you do?
Oh god.
Jacob, this is a war crime.
Chick's right at the
I
portals.
forgot I had my mic up.
No.
Lava the entrance now?
I resurrected a lot of those foxes myself.
Don't block the entrance at all. Just let it happen. It'll be so much more funnier that way.
Yeah.
Trust me on this. It's gonna be great with how it's been going so far.
There's only like 4 are gonna come out. The rest of them got they got left behind.
Yep.
Oh, here they come.
Oh, they're coming. They're making their way.
1 or 2 of them will.
Yeah, like 1 will make it out. After all this.
Look, oh, there you go. Oh, 3! 3 made it. 3 made it. Okay.
Oh, it's more than 3.
Oh!
There we go.
Here they come!
I remember the days where we had chickens.
Anyone know where Jacob went?
It's definitely down in the bunker.
Morning.
Yeah, probably back there still.
Alright, I think this is. I'm good. Oh.
Oh no!
There they are.
You gotta break the lead. You need to break the lead.
Alright, well.
No, you're gonna kill them! No!
Oh no!
The little wines!
The true war crime.
Publicly hanged.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, why am I poisoned? I'm poisoned!
Oh, I wonder
Oh,
why
no
my
Fox
frame
for
rate is
Givens in
dropping.
my chat now. Excuse
Oh
me.
no!
Alright,
Look, I can explain. I can't defend, but I can explain.
It's an important distinction.
Alright, why don't we go up to the caravan? Yeah.
No.
Oh, it is gone.
The caravan is gone. Note from the stranger.
A note from the stranger.
You got it.
Alright, you gotta read it.
It says, if you are reading this, I have already left. I have recently been given an opportunity to continue my work as caravan security. Since Honeycomb's recent economic boom, many merchants are aiming for travel. I, having great experience in that department, have offered my services and am going to leave as the sun rises tomorrow. I apologize for the abruptness of my departure, but I have never specialized in niceties such as that. I have stocked up on time bottles and healing salvings for my future endeavors. I appreciate the help of Sim and the Dr. Vincent for their charitable acts regarding my peculiar situation. Farewell, the stranger. I was his neighbor!
Yeah, well, I mean, the stranger had a house with wheels.
Barry was
I
his
was-
roommate and didn't even
I
get
was
anything.
also his neighbor, and wait, that's right. I was his roommate. His bed's still my spawn.
263.
I just saw Barry just keel over. Well, thank you for all that you did, the stranger. You certainly made this incredibly interesting.
Okay, it didn't work.
Like, what do you think the stranger's real name is? Probably like Harry.
No.
I thought his first name is The.
What if his name is actually Barry? That's why he hated me so much.
That would be so good.
There's a pumpkin.
You're a pumpkin.
I think we saved Legoland for last.
Lego.
We still gotta see the stuff in the castle. There's also like the lighthouse. There's
the inn.
Ooh, my shop. My shop. I forgot about my shop.
Oh yeah, we Orin.
Oh, okay, we're going Orin next? Okay.
Oh yeah, up there.
Bit of cannon thing going
Death
on,
Star.
but above is open still. The little shrine spot where he used the nature magic to recover his voice.
Yeah, this is a cool build.
Why, thank you. I'm quite proud of you.
No, don't take this from me. This took forever.
Wait, take what from you?
I mean, that's fine. As long,
Wait, no,
there is
cannon
something
stuff
underneath
here.
still.
Well, what's underneath here?
It is still. It is gonna be the final moment of my character.
Well, this is the final session. Break it out.
What isn't Aren't we gonna have a little bit of?
It's
at the very end?
it's your send off. Okay.
Yes.
He's not vanishing now.
Yeah, sorry. You just can't play the rest of the session. We're gonna finish the
Well,
tour without
I guess I'm leaving now. Bye, guys.
Okay, but I can blow up like this one, right?
You can blow up the statue if you want. Put TNT just on top.
Okay.
He can be holding the TNT. That'll be fine.
Look,
I did this for your safety.
okay, lot of murdering me. I don't need my number going up that much.
All right. Well, let's get going to where's the shop then? That's what we're put down here.
Anything you want to talk about, Chris? Warren?
Yeah, real quick. Yeah.
Just that this was rushed a lot quicker than I wanted it to be when I knew our sessions were limited. I initially was gonna move my original. I was gonna move my initial island over here and have the center of it be this floating moonstone.
Oh, that's cool.
The original moonstone was in Canopy Town, right?
Yeah, and then you saw that ritual circle while we were there, and it was moved over here.
Not here.
There we go.
Nice.
The whole shtick was it was supposed to be collecting the natural energy and then bringing it here, like to one focal point.
Yeah. Good.
You're good.
Well, I was gonna say before we go to Spruce's thing, since we're right in front of where the election was taking place, I just want to comment on the election arc, how it was very chaotic and poorly organized. But it was one of my favorite things was Valor. It came down to Captain Marrow versus I think Jethrin.
Yep.
Yeah, because I died first.
And then after, it's final vote between those two. And I think Valor still got 3 votes.
And
it was so chaotic, and another thing, it determined the future of the server in many ways.
It really did. That's fully true.
Honestly, hindsight 2020, that's a kind of arc that probably should have been scripted. We should have had the winner determined, but oh well.
I don't know. I like the espionage that I got to do with Arn and Shade. The espionage.
We had a whole thing, and then Kirby just kind of walked up and said, "No, bad."
All right. Anything else here, Orin, or to the spruce shop?
Oh, no, while we're talking about the election arc, I have no issue saying this anymore. I definitely cheated to get that first tie to happen.
Oh,
really?
Well, I cheated to win, so like.
Yeah. No.
Oh, so two cheats.
No.
So
it was all rigged.
Is the sanctity of democracy
So
not a thing anymore?
I'm a pirate.
Wait.
I'm a pirate.
The captain cheated.
Before anyone get mad, the rightful winner of the election, had there been no cheating, would have been Valor.
Ooh.
Really?
Oh, Lord.
That would have made utter chaos with
Wait,
Billy.
speaking of whom, where is he?
The experience needed for actually casting the votes wasn't working.
Yeah, because
outright
someone
vote.
stole the enchantment bottles.
That was me.
I actually don't think that was you. I think
It was me.
Yeah.
So my vote just had to be a pumpkin.
I wrote my vote on a berry.
Pumpkin by berry.
My thought process actually was with writing my vote on a berry was like, this is a funny thing, but also if someone just swaps out the votes, it'll be very easily exposed. But then there was other cheating where they just paid off the person to say, here's who won.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, no, the sanctity of democracy means nothing. So.
Pirates.
It was great. Yeah, I was a pirate. What are you?
Now do the shop. So initially the shop only consisted of this opening area where you meet Patrick. I have him set up from the outside on a daily basis to where when it's night he goes back into the back, and when it's daylight he comes up here.
That's awesome.
And I have
You could do something like that.
with the daytime sensors. I also initially had my my spot for my chorus fruit was originally going to be growing here, and it grew for a moment the first round, and then it never grew again. Then all of my inventory for the shop is in here.
See, why are you going through this kind of stuff?
We go through
Why are you
everything.
guys going through this man stuff so poorly?
Someone
There's
blew
such a
out nice.
quicker way of going through all this stuff.
No.
No.
Don't do it.
If you put
No.
that
We've
down,
already
I
blown
swear
up
to
the
God.
other house. Why
Yeah,
not do
let's
this
not.
one too?
Let's.
This is my home away from home.
Send off, but if it's not if it's a send off, it's just TNT.
Oh yes.
All send-offs are TNT.
But yeah,
Every goodbye in your life is just a form of TNT.
but over here off to the side of the shop was where I had the sensors for the daylight. There over here,
cool.
then one back here in the back.
Oh, cool. That's
Nice.
Should we
Oh.
go into the trench, or what is it called? The trench.
The chasm, I think, into...
It's called the trench. Sickeningly empty, oddly romantic. This was
Oh.
a project by Cody, I think. This
We
was
did
at the
have
very
that one
beginning.
part where we had to save a zombie villager.
Yeah, this is
Ollie.
Yeah, right here.
Like Ollie.
Ah, everyone loves Ollie.
Yeah,
I
he
literally don't remember his name.
he's up in the
Yeah,
he's up in
part of the
the fountain area now.
No, my favorite part about this was how, during the first few months of the server, we had to weekly clear out all the villagers and iron golems from the bottom.
Yeah. So they all ended up down here.
Oh, actually, I've got a great story about this. So I came down here to do some mining. It ended up being on my own just because no one else was around. I found a villager way in the bottom. I was like, dang, this guy's gonna super die because of these monsters. So I built him a little house around him to protect him. I was like, there we go, perfect. And then I went off and did some mining, got crazy fucking lost, like no way out. And then as I was just like hopeless, I was like, maybe I should just ask someone to teleport me. I heard a I was like, wait, I must be near the surface. So I dug towards it, busted out, and it was just that same villager in his little house, and I was like, I'm gonna name you Chekhov. And I found my way out because I kept alive.
Captain Barrows, Bruce, do you guys remember when we were exploring Balor's Cave? We came across that villager, and I was like, guys, this wasn't me. And it was like really confusing because like it appeared and like this wasn't me, guys. I don't know where this villager is. I don't know what this bit is. I didn't do this.
It was perfect. It was so funny. Oh man, it was great. Yeah. Exploring the Applebee's underneath the mine. That was fantastic. It was Applebee's. It was Apple. Yeah, that's what it was. Apple. There you go.
What do you want?
Apple. We're not giving it any.
Are we gonna also check out the post office?
Yeah, we will. I think that's next, actually. Let's do the post office next.
Post office is right through here.
After post office, do we want to hit the sim structure nearby?
I think post office, lighthouse, sim.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. The lighthouse is also right here.
Hold your breath. Letters to Santa, letters to couples.
That we want to break up.
Letters from couples that we want to break up.
We'll also
incoming mail, outgoing mail.
This is a fish mail, which appeared only one session.
Yep.
You appeared one session, punched V into a hole for me perfectly.
Still remember it.
Oh yeah, fish mail over this to be, and then they punch him into the hole specifically.
V was sitting in the perfect space. It was amazing.
When fish mail reappears, they owe us a stack of lit TNT to me and an airstrike to Valor.
Yeah, I don't know how that airstrike worked out.
That'll be fun. But yeah, I don't really think there's anything else to this.
No, there really isn't.
To the lighthouse.
Lighthouse. So this was a project. I forgot who assisted me in this. Was it you, Billy?
I think Laser did.
It was not me because it was here when I got here.
I think it was Cody. I think it was Cody then. It was either
$5.
So this is probably one of the older builds on the server actually that's lasted the entire time.
It didn't explode.
None of us exploded. We never spent enough time here to like explode it.
The only damage.
That's part of the map never got
this is like a really nice build. Let's keep
No. Let me rest assured. It's a very nice build. That never stopped us before. It wouldn't have stopped us.
I'm pretty sure the only damage. The only damage was the top.
Yeah.
And that was because of me.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, the moment I was flying by, Knight, you flagged me down and you were like, "Oh, Captain, we gotta take care of that," and I just slammed my face into the floor. And I lost all of my inventory. It was so cool.
This is the first build I put down, I think, on server overall.
It was, yes, and the working lighthouse is sick.
Yeah, so I think I did the exterior and Cody did the interior, and it was a really fun build to do collaboratively. The interior was done so well, honestly, much better than I could have done. And yeah, that's kind of it to this place. I mean, I got to use it for as the beginning of my Elytra course, and it was a pretty good time.
Lighthouse is neat.
All right, to the sim structure, I think.
To the sim structure.
All right.
Way out there. Oh, Joel, do you want to show us the lily pad?
Lily pad! had a morning ritual, quote unquote, that every time I started on the session, I would go over to my dock over there and catch 3 fish. I always cast my rod this way, so the first thing I did was like, what the hell is a giant lily pad? It was perfect. I was catching my fishies.
There used to be a book here as well, one of Gore's lore books, but I don't know what happened to it. Someone took it.
Not my fault this time. Not my fault.
Big rip. Okay, well, we're going to Sim Structure first.
Sim Structure, which is deeper into the ocean here. It's over this way.
Oh, this spot right over here was where I found the wither.
Oh, Gore Sim took your book. That's what.
Oh. This spot right here is where I found the wither. That was almost completely assembled.
Careful with that. We might just be leaking water into everything here.
It's fine. But yeah, this was Sim's prime chamber, where this was Sim's rebirth, basically.
Oh.
Oh dang.
Yeah, this was really cool to find. Yeah, this was really cool to just like find while swimming around. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
Got a very Videodrome feel to it right here.
But yeah. And here is the way down into the lower levels.
Yeah, this is cool as hell. Like when you walk in this way, it looks like check this shit. It's awesome. It looks like they're all looking at you. That must take so much time.
Oh yeah.
Okay, get in. There we go.
Level 1, collaborate.
Holy crap!
You ever watch The Incredibles?
This was originally a void room,
The
but it lagged too much.
Oh, that's so sad.
This would have been.
Oh yeah, wasn't this room pure white at one point?
Yeah, the lag was
before
too
the
bad,
energy
though.
purge. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it is. Look at that.
Well, you didn't get to see it with the maps. Infinitely.
At some point, you could step off the sides of this walkway. I remember that.
Yeah.
Very computer and how you have a beat. Okay.
This was just an unfinished thing. It was gonna be more. This was like where it was gonna expand into. One of the things was the original plan was the sim structures were going to disappear from the server. As they complete their goal, they were going to reappear down here and as additions to the main server.
Whoa,
so when an observer or a gatherer sim structure finished its purpose, it would take what it's observed or gathered back to the main hub.
That's sick. Yeah, look at that over there.
This is nuts over here.
Yeah, this is great over here. I love this.
Hey, it's Valor.
Right here.
Yeah. And I also talked with Joe and Sim about this. Like, this is, while super creepy to us, it's also like Sim's kind of like way of like expressing affection, because we have all been deemed worthy of notation and observation.
Everyone except me.
No, Captain ain't here either.
No. It was incomplete.
Supposed to be in the expansion because of the end portal and the undeath thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
That makes sense.
I think Gore was also, but I think when Joe was doing this, he had a Gore head and no one else's, so he threw it there.
Oh, okay.
That's fair.
That's neat.
There's a door.
That's a lot of glass and the black concrete.
I wonder if these would have been like how Sim remembers us, so to speak, and like if we got rid of these, it would be like bashing a chunk of his brain out.
Yeah, we're just deleting his memory of us, basically. Wild, that's some Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, that would have been like an interesting plot point. Could you
part.
imagine like someone being really evil and like coming in and like breaking somebody and like Sim memories of one particular person?
Or you steal a bunch of stuff from Sim, and then it's like, who stole a bunch of stuff from you?
Oh yeah, you delete. Yep, who did that? What?
It's a guard.
I guess we'll never know.
They took our.
But yeah,
no.
And that is everything that was completed on the sim structure.
Yeah, it was cool.
Real cool. It's all built with black concrete, which you can't fucking see.
Yeah, it's fucking impossible to see it.
Use the compass, guys. Use the compass. Use the compass.
Oh yeah, compass.
Oh yeah.
Good idea.
Good point.
Don't break. Don't break. I mean, world save, but. There we go.
All right, back to the land, which is this way.
Yeah.
A chunk of float.
There we go. Back to how it was originally.
I didn't get to do what I wanted, but I wanted to make this into like a whole port town. Captain kind of lost his way. Like I was originally supposed to be like, yeah, the map maker and trade master. But as the server progressed, that is clearly not something that I could do. Or
you became the Cap's king. You were too busy.
I became the Cap's king, and everybody, so things changed. So, yes. This was cool. I originally actually had it in Honeycomb Commonwealth colors. It was the yellow and black. And then whenever we changed hands over to Captain being king, I made that new totally not asexual colors flag, and changed the ship to magic. I also just love this area that we ended up in. Fully natural forming. It's like a bay with an overhang that leads into the tavern down below.
Let's go to the tavern.
That's really cool.
Tavern? Oh yeah, the tavern will be where we lead into the first secret.
When we got here for the first time, and it was just bottles of poison.
Yeah, we got here for the first time. It was old. It was so great.
I remember that.
I'm sad that this was so out of the way that we didn't get to use it a whole lot, but
it's still really cool.
Yeah, no, I really like the build. I'm super proud of it. I love that Captain's what is happening here? What are you doing, Barry?
What?
What are you doing? Why?
Comfy.
Oh, comfy. All right, I get comfy.
Oh, well, now they ruined it. Now I'm sad forever. Okay, continue, guys.
So yeah, I didn't know anything about brewing, so I was like, here's the point. We're gonna make a joke. Got a poison. That's funny. And then everybody was like, okay, well he poisoned me. I'm not going back in there, which is a little rough. There was.
Captain just needs to practice a little, you know.
I needed to learn. Yeah.
I thought the joke was alcohol is poison. Up until this moment, I assumed you were a master brewer. And that it was just the intent of, like, terrible. I did not understand it till this exact moment.
No, I'm not an actual master brewmaster. That is not the case. Oh man, so I had like little in rooms and everything, and I was like at one point gonna offer an in room to Barry, but we're gonna get to that because the cool part, my favorite part, besides like the water slide that me and Laser built to get down here, is my little secret, which I don't think everyone here has seen. So this was just our little secret base. There's a little like back room. Captain's a pirate. You need to do business. You come into the back, right? This only ever got used once, and it was unfortunately at a time where I arrived super late. So I wasn't streaming because I was late. So what happened was, it was like post-election one session. Me, Auron, and Shade all had a meeting in here about like, okay, what the fuck do we do to control these people? There's no government. We gotta figure this shit out. And I gave this really cool speech off stream, completely in front of nobody.
It was about the armor, right? Because originally they had to get armor to take over the kingdom or something, and you had
there was armor to revive King Kel, which people were like really interested in. But I was like, no, fuck that. We're gonna use my armor to get my body back because that armor sounds like you can revive people, and I want to get my body back and remember who I am. So I was like, okay, I have my pants in this chest right here. The golden armor pants should still be in there.
Oh, that I gave you so long ago. Oh.
You did. The pants that you gave me so long ago have been hidden in here forever.
The Pants Royale.
I tasked Auron and Shade with, hey, figure out where everybody has these pieces of armor and get them. And then we're gonna go from there. So we had our own little shadow council that I know you guys had for a bit, but we had our own little secret council.
And then Shade dipped on us, and I found nothing.
And then Shade dipped on us, Auron found nothing. It's hard to run a council with a captain and a person who can only speak in sign. So, So then I was like, okay, well, what do I want to do next? Okay, well, maybe Captain can find a way to remember who they are. So I made a secret tunnel. Yeah, so this was the secret tunnel. Yeah, that left is just a way to get back in. Straight leads to the Everbright.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Straight
really
has a whole secret world. Thank you, me and Gore designed this. Because after Captain died in the Everbright for the first time, I was like, well, oh shit. The magic that was in the Honeycomb Kingdom is what's holding them together. So what I did was, actually, I think I still have my mask. Let me do this real quick. Hold on. I still have, Minecraft, please. Minecraft just went to the Mojang Studios thing for some reason. Help.
You updated your texture pack?
I did. Skin customization. If I take my hat off, you guys can see one of my eyes is starting to turn purple.
Ooh. A Gemini!
It's my Gemini. Yeah, that was the joke, yes. I was like, man, I can't make it blue, because if it's blue, everyone's gonna say Sans. Because Captain was possessed, whenever he died, by a ghost from the Everbright, and that's how he was still alive. And the ghost came from here. Welcome to Unnamed Everbright Town. I haven't figured out a name for it, but me and Gore worked our asses off to clear out this area, build buildings in the trees, much like Canopy Town, and then a couple important buildings down on the floor. Which I was gonna make more of until we decided we're ending the SMP, but I made a little, there's a little, blacksmith area, there's a little church, and this was where the spirit that possessed Captain Marrow after death, this is cool. Thank you for supporting me, Chad. I know I haven't been reading you out because I've been doing my spiel. But
this is rad.
Thank you.
Yes.
And then I did all this, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna make this really cool quest line to get it. If you guys fly up and fly in a direction, we are very close to Canopy Town. Actually, I was so scared that at any given moment we were going to discover this, and I was gonna have to be like,
I accidentally ended up here off stream once. I teleported to you.
Oh, and you did see me. You did see me.
I teleported you. It was like, hey, what's up? I was like, hey, nothing much, just building. And I just didn't recognize
oh my god, yeah,
anything different
like,
than Canopy.
It is right there. Holy
crap.
Yeah,
no,
you
Canopy
go that
Town
way?
is right here. There's Canopy Town in relation. Yeah, it was. I'm so glad that I kept enough overhang to keep it hidden, so even if you made maps, it would be hard to find. But each one of these houses is lovingly crafted with okay, what would a society need to to flourish? If you were building in the trees, you have an armory, you have a cook, you have everything. It's great.
A barracks up here. That's fun.
Yeah, they had the barracks because you need to have your armor. So I made a little armor for everybody. I was like, here's what our fits are. And I was gonna have this tie into all of Captain Marrow's lore, being that since he was a pirate from the Nether, all of his crew also died in the crash and ended up as souls in this town, and you guys would have gotten to meet them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So that's why I had made little characters for each one. This person's a lore person. They have a bunch of libraries. They were our map keeper. I had given every house a little bit of flavor for okay, who's this person? Who's this person? Who's that person? Just to help flesh out. Yeah, the chef. Yep.
I really expected Captain Marrow to be a combination of a dead pirate crew, all of their souls mixed in one body.
That would have been really cool.
That would have made Captain Marrow the 5th person on the server who's a collective.
Thank you. Yeah, you're right. It's a very heavy collective. No, I am just one person who wasn't even the captain. I was the map maker. The captain would have been a ghast that you guys would have gotten to meet, that I would have imprisoned in a house to make sure he doesn't attack you. So yeah, this is my cool little town that we never got to do. I was gonna make if we would have gotten to old Captain Marrow's, I would have made a tiny little dungeon beneath the church. And I was so ready for it, because the church over here just kind of worships moonstone and stars.
I feel it.
So
I respect
it. So I was gonna make a little dungeon right under here, underneath the pulpit, but there's nothing there. Literally, you break it,
I bet there's something there.
There's a block.
Keep digging. Keep digging.
There's a block. There's a block.
It only takes two blocks to go 6 feet under.
There we go.
You're right. Yep. So this was Captain's unfinished plot that I would have gotten to pitch had we finished Gore and Bruce. An hour.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
I saw this portal earlier, and I was very intrigued what it was about, but I never went through.
Yeah, and then I had a secret escape route too, because of course, if you have a secret base, you need to have some sort of secret escape route. So this leads to one of the rooms.
No, Shade was in the room across from here.
Yeah, Shade built one in the room across from here.
This.
So if you do this and you close this, there is, I think it's under this. Hold on.
There's one across the hallway
here we go.
as well.
Here we go. Nope. If you break that carpet and go down there, you can get to the ocean.
He's got one in each room.
No, it's just that one in
I've only
this
got
one.
one in this one.
Shades is this one.
Across. Shade is behind here, yes.
Yeah, and Shade has a massive tunnel network under
Shade has
here.
a ridiculous. I'm sorry that you feel slightly betrayed, chat.
He would have been such a fun little mini boss.
I know, because I thought I mean, I was dumb to trust him because he's obviously evil. But I was like, you helped me get my kingdom, so you know what, sure.
We had a chance to have like a little villain group.
Oh,
I know,
here
I
we
was
go.
very ready to be like yes, I'm the king.
Ship Shade's
you thought
place.
King Kel was cool.
Yeah, let's go to Shade's place through the underground. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, cause Shade.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, not really good to label your underground, hey, my hideout.
If on the way to Shade, make sure he gets paid. Oh.
And then up at the ladder, friends. Up at the ladder.
Oh yeah.
Here it is.
Cause he used to have a cat too.
He did.
The cull.
This was Shade's place under the
Oh, this is cool too.
Oh my god, the booby trap, yes.
Ominous. Yeah, the booby trap chest up here, yeah.
Yeah. Remember when Barry was gonna kill Shade?
Yeah, I do.
I remember having a fake surprise whenever we found this.
This quest.
Fake surprise because Shade had showed us.
This.
And then somebody, like Shade had killed somebody or gotten somebody killed, and I had to do just like a little public execution to be like, hey, don't do that. And then Shade afterwards was like, what the fuck? Why'd you do that? And I was like, hey, I was keeping that face, man. Just making face. That's all I'm doing.
But yeah.
Since we're here, do we want to see the castle?
Yeah, let's go back.
Let's go and check the castle.
Wait, we didn't finish the captain's stuff.
Yeah, we're not done with the captain's hut yet.
Oh yeah, Captain's hut.
Sure. Yeah,
Oh, Captain's hut is just a cozy little spot. We won't have too much to talk about.
The Grove.
I mean, I love that I have the Grove, because I made a part of Captain's character after that whole Abyss arc that they finally like found a love and appreciation for life after having to fucking throw it into a hole. This is, yeah, that's just my stuff. Right? There's nothing. Oh, there's nothing. There is literally nothing special or secret in the house. This is literally just like I wanted to make a shitty little hut that a captain would live in. And at the start, it was filled with like spider webs and like grossness. But as like we grew all together, Captain was like, I need to live a little bit nicer. And I actually did flavor it a little bit to tease toward the I'm possessed thing with all the floating stars around, replacing the spider webs. So,
Fancy.
I had that just in case anybody came to peep. That would have happened. Oh, there was a really funny moment. I think it was session 2 or so. What's up?
Well, I just don't want us to leave yet with that question.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
can
I mean, we're not leaving.
finish
I can keep giving this spiel. There was a really funny moment that happened in here that, yeah, we adopted a bird. I love Skull. A really funny moment that happened in here in session 2 after we had killed the king and we raided everything, because Abby had gotten one of the Ajaxes, but Abby died and I stole it. And so I ran back here, evilly monologuing to myself about how I stole Ajax, and the stranger heard me the whole way. So as I was hiding Ajax I look over to see the stranger peeking through this window, like watching me, and I was like, "Oh, hi, can I help you?" It was when I was much more vicious and a little bit more evil before everyone was like, "I want to be evil," and I was like, "Okay, well maybe Captain's not so evil." There was a real panic in my voice.
From Captain.
Relatable content.
Friends.
Yep, I was like, "Man, I want to be evil." No, we're not. No,
You went from evil to then like wholesome murder captain.
Yeah, I'm just kind of a wholesome murder hobo.
Everyone had a speck of evil in them.
I'm gonna have to bail.
Okay.
Because I'm exhausted.
Understandable, V.
Fair.
We'll pretend you're on the boat.
Forever, no matter what.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Not on the boat.
Go put. Are you gonna put yourself on the airship or no?
All of my stuff was famously exploded about 25 hours ago.
Oh no.
Not in the captain's house. Okay, I will live here and live on. Thanks for the memories.
Bye, V.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care of
Bye.
Okay, Vincent, you had a question. Does anybody else have a question? Just in
Yeah, what is this compass that says Austin's secret lead to?
Oh, my Austin secret, that was going to lead to the original way that you guys were going to meet my crew, which is a fortress about that away, that is very much unfinished, unfortunately.
Oh, fair enough.
But it would have tied into the plot of like, hey, meet Captain's crew. Captain's been lying about being a captain the whole time. Captain was a map maker.
Hey, Captain, want to see a secret?
What is secret?
Map maker, make me a map.
Barry, you took V's wallet! Barry took V's wallet! What was in it?
Oh my god.
You put it down, you put it down.
$5! Oh yeah, Fortress is neat. You want to go see it? We can go see it.
I'll be right back.
You get there already.
Wait, yeah, is Aaron already there? I'm gonna see
Just teleport to
Aaron.
Arin.
You'll have to type their Minecraft given name.
Poro gods.
Okay, I'll wait till everybody gets here. Hello.
That works.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
hello.
Hello. Hello. Yes. This is the start to my fortress that was gonna be where where all of Captain's people ended up at post-crash. Yeah, if you see this, no you don't.
If you see this, no you don't.
Gemini powers, Men in Black, Mind Wipe. Yep. So it just has a bunch of my materials and stuff, but I was gonna try to base it off of the Wind Waker Forsaken Fortress and kind of make it look really like villainous and things, because my crew's from the Nether, so they were like ablaze and aghast, and the little dudes that walk in the lobby, they were like all of those. So they would have had a really like lava-filled, evil-looking base, and I was real excited to make this into like a dungeon run, but never happened.
Fair.
I like it. It took a
All right,
long
well,
time.
I will go ahead and take us back to the mushroom. Everyone TP to me.
Okay.
Hey.
There we are.
Oh.
The color bee.
Yes, it is Ford. If you see this, no, you don't. You are correct. The mushroom. That was perfect. You came in like it was like mid scream. It's the opposite of a perfectly cut scream. It was a perfectly timed. She had 5 bucks. Thank you for the clip there. Fantastic.
So we going back to the castle now?
Shroom.
We have the mushroom and the castle, and we can end. I say end at the fountain. That's probably the best thing to end at.
Yeah.
Let's do the castle first then, because I know a way that can like lead to mushroom later on.
Okay.
Okay, do you want to do your swamp at all, too?
Yeah.
Gore swamp.
Yeah, basically the gore builds. After.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's hit castle and then gore builds.
To the castle then, follow me.
I will follow you from in front of you. Oh, there you are.
Followed by leading. Oh, so speedy! Oh!
Okay.
Oh, we also haven't gone to the end yet.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
So is everyone here?
I'm back.
We can call that one a core build.
Yeah, everyone's here.
Cool. Alright, everyone stand in this corner.
Won't be able to do everyone at once.
Alright, fine, then.
You can change it to a lever. Change it to a lever, and you can do it.
That's fair. But just know that with the button, it like insta closes. It's very impressive.
Splish splash.
What the fuck?
Splish splash.
What the fuck?
So,
Spammer that built this.
Captain, they made our
They
made your hideout but cool.
Thing. I built the
No, you can't say your hideout but cool. Mine was really cool. Eat mine.
Cody and I built it. Primarily built like most of this.
No, I can't take credit for
Is
any
this
of
like
this.
the Illuminati chambers or something?
Yeah,
this
was the Dark Council chamber. We made it, or they made it to be a mirror of the council chamber up in the castle. But where we would control it from the shadows. This throne is themed after a person.
Oh, don't go in that.
So, this is my throne here.
You're on my throne.
Sorry.
Sim was
I'm the king. They're all my throne.
Yeah, Sim was another brick.
And then the stranger was the wood.
Yeah.
I'm the king. These are all my things.
So there are a couple things.
And then I was the sacrifice.
Just to have a little bit of space for.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, your evil chamber has a break room.
Most
evil chambers don't have a break room.
Being evil takes a lot out of you.
And there's also a hidden wall back here.
Yeah, this is the best part.
So they're not enabled right now, but this is an ender porter. There's a stasis chamber that would summon all the members all at once if it was necessary.
Oh, that's cool.
The Switch emergency meeting.
Yep.
Wow.
Just wherever we were in the world, we would just flip out. Even if we build something with someone else.
Okay.
Interstasis chambers have so many.
They really did just commandeer my basement. You're right, Cyanic.
But yeah, if you want, like, this was the fall was great. I actually had to build into a natural cave, like, around a natural cave to hide this elevator because it went through the quarry cave.
Wow. I had to do the same thing for the berry bunker.
So,
yeah, someone froze that.
Yeah, take off your boots because we're going to the next section, which to get out. So yeah, take off those boots, please.
The death of the council.
Is Frostwalk. Yep.
There you go. It's such a long ride.
It really is.
Yeah, then you have to keep going.
Yeah, when you get up to here, you start crouch walking. To make
I don't
sure
care.
Can't see your name.
I don't care how much control this gives you over the shadow government. That's not worth the commute.
So yeah, you pop out on top. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Close to the plum.
The fucking Shrumpties! The Shrumpties!
Oh my god.
The Shrumpties! They're little mushroom guys. They smack you once and make you slow, and then they run away.
They barely do any damage, and they laugh when they do it. It's like they're not even threats; they're just there to be annoying.
And this TNT might break into your hall's elevator.
I mean, I don't think.
The server's already backed up.
It's better this
Goodbye,
way.
Shrumpties.
Goodbye forever.
Oh.
It didn't even blow into the elevator. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Doctor, they can't say we're not good at explosives.
Exactly.
Alright, so let's go to
I have
Gorth.
a PhD in explosives.
We gonna.
Yeah, Gore, lead us the way.
A PhD in everything, Dr. Liar Pants.
First thing here is the plum.
Plum.
Which we could like do a quick speed run here. Is basically at the end of Gore's arc. We had like a dungeon romp basically where Gore, who was put into a robotic body, no longer obsessed with purity, was like, hey, yeah, I have like a world-changing like purity thing I've been growing this entire time. Maybe we should stop that now that I understand that's not something everyone wants. And so it was like a multi-chamber, just like all kinds of gauntlets and puzzles. Like
First
in here
room
was
was
like a whole
cool.
bunch of skeletons.
Yeah, skeletons in like. They're still there. Like a couple of them are still there.
Yep. All throughout the machines as well. There'd be books. There's a labyrinth up there that was like super dark, and you'd have to step on a switch that causes creepers to show up. So that was awful to go through. In here was like still a whole bunch of witches. I don't know.
I just spawned. I'm spawning them so that people get to relive it. This is about a third of the witches that we had to fight that day.
Yeah, it's about a third.
Witches and drowned and underwater guardians.
Oh, hold on. I need to put the drown back where they were. Hold on. I came down here to saw 1,000 of them just sitting in this pit. This pit was just 1,000 of these things.
Yeah, no, they were supposed to be all throughout this area, but then we went down to like the next part of this dungeon ROM, and like they're all just crawling out of this pit all at once. It's like an amazing image, like when you first enter.
It was so funny.
They're not going after us now because we're in creative, but like, just imagine like 30 heads just peeking out of this tiny little crevice right here.
It was very, very funny.
And then I'll go ahead and swim up to the next part here. But yeah, this whole underwater maze.
Whee! Underwater maze is so cool.
Oh goodness, they're everywhere.
I went in the plum and got lost, so I teleported.
Gemini powers, what?
Yeah, just teleport to me if you need to.
We went this away, through the water. Yeah, whoa, hey, whoa. Okay.
I brought the peeps.
Cool.
Hello.
I got
and then this was the final arena with the squid.
Good.
This was fantastic.
Does it still work? Is there more squid?
Oh, no more squid.
Okay.
And
basically,
then
just pop.
wait,
no,
there's
right there. Yeah, so you press the button and a squid drop.
Yeah, so originally this was like an enclosed chamber, circular room. Like you hit the switch and it's like, okay, what's the final boss? It's gonna come out there. Oh, it's just a squid. And like someone put a ladder up there, so even better than what it would have been. Like there's just a squid head just like looking down at us from on top of the ceiling. And I had it rigged to where
I'm not summoning those things.
I can just show the circuitry here. There's like redstone where basically you would hit the switch, it would run along the walls, go up on top of the ceiling, cause the squid to come down, go over and around these walls here. Whoa. It would just like keep going, and there was like a whole bunch of TNT on the other side of this. And basically, like all of the TNT like blew up the wall after like a long pause of people think, oh, it's just a squid. It's just a joke, anti-climax. Which the walls explode to show like two of the huge spider bosses that we found in the Everdawn, as well as like an army of skeletons, and like basically just a final boss fight against all of that. After like a fake out.
I would spawn them, but they're a nightmare to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Please don't.
It is this spider, but big.
Pretend it's this one, but big.
In addition to all of that, I also had it so once you press the button for the first time, I think I can get to it from here. Here we go. There's more redstone circuitry that made it so there were two spawners that those shrumpties we found earlier. An entire army was like just starts spawning just non-stop in that little entryway that we came from. So if if you tried to leave the arena, you would deal with all that. Three of us, I forgot who. One of them was the captain, but three of us were like trying to make our way back, and then we just like enter into the room full of those things.
A room full of shrumpties. These fuckers just running at us.
There was a really good bit where I think one of you three had like just gotten to the door. It was not the first person to get through the door. The first person had opened the door and entered and left the door open, so all the shrumpties were pouring in and making the fight harder. So I just ran up to the door, saw someone else like trying to run through the gauntlet, and I just closed the door in their face so the shrumpties would stop getting in.
I chased down a shrumpty that actually ran through this hole in the wall, and I went all the way up to the top spawner area where the squid was, and finally caught him, and then I got lost. I can't believe I got lost, but it was because I went down the other way, and I was like, well,
I just got yeeted by the spider back in the corner.
So fun, dude. It was such a good fight.
Yeah, it was really fun.
There's like a one last little mini puzzle, and then like this waterfall that like we all set it up towards, and it was like the conclusion of Gore's lore of basically where Gore first originated from in the server, and like immediately upon coming to life, like it just sprinted towards the election day spot, because that was on the same day. It was like as the election, like first thing Gore did was just like show up to vote after first existence.
That's how you know Gore's a good person.
Yeah,
First thing in existence, and they're participating in democracy.
Gore is really.
And then it was rigged anyway.
Yeah,
that's how you know Gore. That's how you know Gore's a realistic person.
But Gore lore. Hold on. Yeah, Gore lore chamber, basically where Gore was born from. There was books all throughout the dungeon that like basically told us of like how Gore existed because someone else like Gore basically made Gore become what they are. It's a lot to get into. I could explain the whole thing of purity as well when we get out of here and get towards the swamp. Actually, that might be saved for Ed the Mushroom, so we'll just move forward for now.
Yeah.
But yeah, exit out here.
There's an exit from here?
Yep.
I made a mistake coming out of here.
Yeah, well, this was the exit. And, like, basically, this is the very first thing Gore saw when they came out, and then also just decided, hey, there's a boat here. Let me make a swamp right next to this boat.
No. Yep. The water next to the boat.
It's incredibly scenic.
Yeah.
It really
to
is.
dine and look at the swamp.
Alright, and then next destination here. First, let's check out the tree. That Captain's forest grew a really big tree, and then it just fell over because the ground wasn't stable enough. So it ended up being hollowed out, and just like there used to be a bridge here for Gore's place, but now it's way better.
Who is this a collab between?
It was a bunch of people.
I can say not Valor based off the beehives.
Yeah,
we had a whole squad on during this. I remember.
Yeah, it was just.
I don't know where BDCS went, because I know I had.
He went to
the Hollower.
BDCS is in Legoland.
Oh, he is? Where is he? I missed him.
He's tucked in the corner.
Tucked in the corner. He's sipping on some honey.
I was just sleeping.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah, BDCS the Holler, the one that made the tree hollow.
He hollowed out the tree. BDCS, he's sleeping, little baby. Yeah.
There he is.
There's BDCS the Hollower. There you go, BD.
Here, Odysseus.
I was not part of this build.
I'm sure you'll get more use out of it.
A bee stole his wallet. That's perfect.
Nice.
Oh, the Iron E.
Yep.
Iron
B.
B.
Forward here, and this is like the tunnel you would take to enter Gore's thing. Before you go all the way through here, there's just a security check, which just makes the zombie fall through, and then you see all of the snow golems that just bully it, basically.
Nice.
Oh man.
Get bullied!
The Gore jump scare when I was walking this way and you like came up out of the vine.
Reenact that real quick.
Reenact it. I was like, oh, what's this? Look, there's kind of a pathway. I'm a captain. I'm gonna walk this way. Ah! It was perfect. I actually didn't see Joel's username there, and I was like, oh, what's happening? Oh my god. Yeah.
I remember
Gore had
that
a jump
scream.
scare counter. Gore had a jump scare counter on Captain.
Yeah, back when Gore was like full pumpkin purity thing, they just love jump scaring people, and that happened a lot more once we got the invisibility. What's it called?
Yeah.
Person. So
I remember I actually trolled the stranger with the invisibility arc because they had no idea it even existed, and I was just following them around and just haunting them for a good 10 minutes. And
Yeah, it was perfect.
Whenever we were still looking for the animals to throw in the pit, I found a dolphin and tied it to my boat and was taking it up this river that's over that way, and it ended up underneath that pathway. Like the waterway that it just ended up being underneath that snow golem tunnel.
Yeah,
Oh my
well,
god.
And so I was like, okay, I give up on the dolphin. Screw it.
we'll come back to that tunnel in a bit. This is Gore's Swamp. Because of the entity purge, there used to be a lot more bodies than there are right now. But just imagine like all of this swamp and like just all these like either pumpkin heads or gore heads just like staring at you, just like a colony of scarecrows more or less.
To come upon
Yep.
randomly.
This was the pumpkin Gore lives in, and the front door is right here.
I love that the front door you have to like dive down to get into. Ooh. Oh, everybody go.
And then we'll go top to bottom for here. So
first I'm doing Cody stream, super scary. Yeah.
So following me, this is the main living room. Okay, this is Gore's bedroom / where the roommate lived. It was just another body basically that they called their friend.
Yeah, you introduced me to your roommate. Oh, that was really good.
There's like a tiny little skeleton head over here.
No, those are just littered throughout because Gore's kind of fucked up.
He's a little fucked up. Yeah, he's a little fucked up.
Very swimming in the floor, nice.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
Yeah, you can swim in the floor.
If
you go down here, you can.
This is Gore's living room. Little table of lily pads here, but otherwise is like the main base of operations before each stream. Moving further down here, this was the sugarcane farm, which hides a couple of things. We'll get back to that in a sec. Down here was the purity chamber or the purification room that because they looked all green and orange and plant-like. There's a ritual at one point where Gore basically drowned V underneath like a whole bunch of mushroom blocks, all this weird stuff going on, and basically made V pure, which is again still something to get into. We'll save it for the mushroom. Purity's a lot. It's a cycle of life and death and stuff. Down there was just like a mine that the stranger and Gore explored at one point. All these sugar canes here, they're mainly just here to hide two things. Let's see. The first one is this. Yeah, this is the one. The first one here is like just a whole bunch of secret underground stuff that is just where Gore like did a lot of stuff that they didn't want other people to know about. Like here's like a netherwort farm.
I also ended up here somehow. I don't remember how I got here.
Netherwort farm in a little chanting spot down there. There used to be a whole bunch of chickens in here. If you check out the chest, there's like just so many eggs. They're just like auto farmed from there. They got eliminated in the entity purge as well, and then down here was the pumpkin farm where it just looks like a wall, but you go in here, and there's like a track. I guess most of it's not accessible, but like you can break down if you want to. Just infinite pumpkin spawner.
Same system I used in the berry bunker.
The pumpkin masher.
That's pretty much all I had for all of that.
Hello, my friend.
Bonjour.
Moving back up here.
Oh shoot! No. Yeah, back.
Alright, and then the other thing this place hid was Gore's spawn, basically. There's a lily pad up here. I'll wait for people to get up.
Yeah, I'm gonna for you.
Oh.
Alright, so there's a little lily pad right here that anytime I die, my bed spawn. Here, give me a sec. I need people to move.
You're on Jeffrin's head.
Like go down here. And this was wait for more people, but yeah, this is basically where I spawn every single time.
A room of emeralds.
Oh, this is cool.
Oh. Whoa.
Nifty.
Whoa, emeralds, I like it.
Yeah.
Tight as hell.
Whoa.
And then every time gore dies, like they just grow back out of the ground basically. Just like you go flying out of there and just like basically just pop up and hit the ceiling on the way out. Gore just like flies out of the ground basically.
Roll.
Oh, good.
It's very good zoom in speeds. I think that covers everything within the main gore base. Here's just like a cactus trash can. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you couldn't use lava.
Yeah. That's pretty much the inside of Gore's home. I don't think I'm forgetting anything else in particular. There's like another sim watch point up there that I think like has pumpkins in it or something. I want to check that out.
Pumpkins and mushrooms.
Yeah, I actually explored it at one point. It has stuff that you took from your swamp. Like there's a slice of mushroom that he has in here. That there is an actual mushroom in your swamp that has a slice missing from it.
Oh my god, that's awesome. That's really funny.
I also know there was at one point a gore, but I think it got... Yeah, I think there was a gore here that got destroyed by the entity purge.
Yep.
Rip.
Disassembled thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see.
Sim was such an interesting character.
Yeah.
It really is.
So much behind the scenes that I've just never seen.
All secretive, yeah.
There's a nice
it's all behind the
pumpkin field right around the swamp. And then let's go back down to the tunnel, because I got a fun thing for that I never got to show off.
Ow. Wait. I almost died.
So if you go underneath the bridge here, there's actually a whole bunch of barrels, and you could just take a boat and set up a little boat ride for yourself.
Oh my god, it's like Disney World.
It's like Disney World.
And if you don't go all the way to the end, there's like a thing on the right, which basically just like turns into like a little water ride adventure.
Yo!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh.
And
this is where this came from, Billy.
And I went up that with a dolphin. and only to then find out it was a dead end.
Oh, so this is what it connects to. Oh.
Yeah, you have full access to the ocean from here.
Does anyone else see this like extra layer of water right here?
Yeah, it looks like somebody did world edit things, maybe.
Yeah, I think this was world edit shenanigans when we were messing with airship stuff.
Bye, boat.
Not a tunnel of love, a tunnel of purity. Good point.
Bury the boats here. This is the boat. Oh, this could have been a ship.
Oh.
Shipyard.
So.
We did the lily pad already, so we can ignore that. If you go this way,
hello, airship.
I'll stay in my boat, because why not?
No.
Go through the little river ravine that's so prominently throughout the kingdom. Okay, well, someone broke my boat.
I gotta be honest, I hated that ravine. Because I only had berries on me at all times. I fall down here, it takes me 10 minutes to climb up.
I love this thing. It's so cool. Yeah. It's like this canyon.
So
you block havers.
So who put the thing at the top of the waterfall? There's like a chest hidden away inside the waterfall.
Oh, obviously that was me. That was early stuff. My favorite thing about the waterfall, though, is if you go through, it puts brown dye in your inventory. It's a sewage system.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I was the one who picked the stuff out of that chest.
What was in it?
It was like a really good pair of shears, a book, and a really good book.
Alright, so going back down here, normally there is a way to access the inside of the mushroom from a thing up there, but there's another secret one that I don't think anyone ever used.
I did. I found this one when I was looking for my panda and my fish.
Yeah, that's fair. Basically a little secret entrance down here.
I actually thought this was the main entrance.
It was the only entrance for a while before the mushroom was like fully ready on the inside for people to go inside. And like similar system, you go up here and you just go flying up inside the top of the mushroom.
Dang. Well.
Nice long ride.
This is these chests are the best and scariest thing about your character.
Travel in Minecraft. These things are terrifying. This story terrified the hell out of Captain America.
Yeah, this was basically the set of I guess hieroglyphs you could call them of Gore explaining what the purity cycle is, and ultimately what Gore would plan to do to a lot of people here, of how the purity is the cycle of purity is you die, eventually someone brings you back to life, you regrow into the form that they are now. Gore is born, Gore lives their life, spreads around purity, removes all forms of impurity, which basically, purity for context is just the cycle of life and death, and making sure that whenever things die, they exist to make other things live, and just perpetuating that whole cycle. And impurity is like anything that lives outside that cycle, so like if anything burns up, for example, that's like, that's those drops are no longer in existence. Most things just like can't be eaten if they're like burnt into ash, so on and so forth. Anything impure like that and stuff from the end was like Gore's whole natural enemy type of thing. And basically anything that tries to spread that impurity, Gore would consider, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna kill you and make you pure, and then make you not spread impurity. And
I remember having a very passionate conversation with you about how Gore, and you were like defending Gore's outlook, like, oh well, no, purity's okay. Like, what? Maybe they just choose like that's and like, but that's the bad end. And you were so like, it's not the bad end. And now you look at this little cult area around us, and you're gonna tell me that.
There's a difference between if you enter purity consensually or if someone forces that on you. That was
You literally just
Gore's
said you
whole
would
thing.
kill him. You literally just said you would kill someone for purity.
Yeah. If it ended up that Gore couldn't convince people that purity was good, then it was just gonna be the plan. Was, all right, I'll just make them.
Any choice that has a plan B that removes the choice is not a choice.
Well, that's why Gore was an antagonist.
You had a choice, you just chose wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
You chose the wrong way.
You must choose, but
Again,
choose
that's why Gore was an
wisely.
antagonist instead of just a side character.
I love the lichen on the block. It's one of the coolest effects.
Oh, and there used to be a whole bunch of mushrooms inside the mushroom there as well, but again,
I do remember, I found the mushrooms and they blocked my entrance back down, so I had to figure out how to get off the mushroom without destroying the mushrooms. I was trapped up here.
I remember when the only way down before we had Elytra was just aiming for that one little water
aim
spot.
for the water part.
Weep.
I remember everyone missing this water spot and just hitting the ground.
It's so obvious.
Oh, I missed the friends that used to be here.
Yeah, all the axolotls I had.
All the little axolotls.
They weren't built different.
No, wait.
Actually, a lot of them were sacrificed to the abyss, if I remember right.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
I know 3 different people put one in there. But I couldn't say anything, so I just watched it happen.
Oh, amazing. Okay, well, I think...
Yeah, it covers all of the Gore builds, I think. What's next from here, aside from, we got the miniature version?
I think Nether and End are the only thing.
Oh yeah, that's a Gore build too, technically.
We go to the end.
Let's go to the end.
Yeah, let's go to the end.
It is getting a little late for me, guys. I had a long day, so I think I might be dropping off here as well, but I really want to go to the airship, so I'm gonna put, I don't know, I guess a flower on the airship to carry you guys with me.
A flower.
Awesome.
Yep. We are running pretty late here.
Yes.
Yeah, let's knock these last 2 builds out.
Yeah, let's get through them quick. There's not a lot for the end.
Would you like help, friend? I can help you do a little decoration.
Bye, Gail.
Bye, Gail. Great playing with you. That was fantastic.
Okie dokie. Well, this is the remnants of a gore build.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the Ender Dragon.
So there used to be a lot more land, just a lot more plant life stuff in general. All of the water all over this like huge chunk of the first End Island, just so Enderman just can't show up.
Yep.
Excuse me, hold on. Yeah, someone use the boots.
There's Frostwalker.
Yeah.
I was wondering how this dude was standing in water, but that's how.
The End has went through so many. Like when it first started, I like destroyed all these pillars and built new ones to make it like more challenging to get to the crystals. To make this like a more difficult
one of them was
boss.
covered in fucking one of them was covered in shit.
Yeah. Put in a lot of effort there. For anyone interested, we can fly down and I can show you guys Midas, the last secret of the questing SMP.
The final secret Midas.
Oh, we should also do Spruce's stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my temple.
There he is.
Oh my god.
Wow, this is way under here.
Looting level 20, unbreaking 5, mending, curse of vanishing though.
Yeah.
So you can't die with it.
Well, I mean, once you get you don't drop stuff when you die. That should fix it, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's.
I think
it still disappear.
Yeah, it still disappear.
Alrighty.
Alright, stuff. Alright, Spruce.
Yes.
Alright, let's go. So.
Yeah, the Spruce bridge.
So the
bridge.
The bridge itself was one dirt line all the way to the island. That was built by Wyatt, not me. I
remember finding that and being like, there's no way in hell I'm walking out on this when End is permadeath.
Exactly. And so for this one, it was suggested that I make it a little safer. So I went ahead and did a 3 wide and all the way down with the fence. But let's continue on. Because yes, we had the books all the way along. And I'm glad we're. What's up?
Was there any backstory to Cobb more so than just him being like a mentor figure that you knew?
So that was essentially just about it. He was the mentor figure from from Spruce's previous hometown, who whenever after Spruce first came in here with everybody and killed the dragon, he had written to him about it, and that was when he came over, and everything happened to him after that.
There you guys are. Finally caught up.
This little hut was actually, the bed here was supposed to be an Enderman bed, since you can't use an actual bed here, so that's why it's oversized, and so because they're taller. So, and then this is supposed to.
You from accidentally clicking it.
Yes, and this is supposed to be blood, because he was here while he was healing, so there was the whole bit. And then because he was here, he brought his own dirt and tried to plant stuff, but it didn't grow, so that's why the dead bushes. Anyway, we continue on. I made the purple path to try to give people an idea of where to go.
Oh.
So the purple spots are just like, oh hey, this is a slight path. The bridge, the bridge was one that I was trying to figure out how it was going to work, because I built this one before I built the other one. I was like, how am I gonna make it work? So over in the center, I built a levitation pod, which is of the crying obsidian, and then I used that the spore thing as like it producing its like propulsion essentially, which is keeping it levitating.
Just making our way home once we're done.
Ah, perfect. Then over here I made the training location, which was kind of just a side one. I needed to kind of explain why he had the armor and weapon, which is why I made this. So I was like, okay, there we go. That works. Then proceeding on, I built the little tent because I was trying to add story before you get to him.
Before you get to the temple.
And the temple was a bunch of fun. Wyatt helped out with the build on this one.
The pillars are awesome.
And yeah, there wasn't really a whole lot of like surprise to this one, aside from the fact that it took me forever to create this stained glass mural of a chorus fruit, because I was trying to figure out how to make the colors like look like the actual chorus fruit.
It worked really. The shading you did was neat.
And then I realized, oh, it's backwards. Compared to the one that you would normally have in your hand. If I just like flipped it, it would have been perfect. But from the other side you could see it, and it was the correct side, and that was the side I was actually looking at it from. But up above, because I wanted there to be glass in the ceiling, but I didn't want it to look just like regular old glass. I put the vines across it to give it a little more texture.
Yeah, it looks cool.
And then we hid this chest, as the note inside it was pointing out. It was like not the second, but the
backup fruit.
Yeah, it was the backup fruit in case you guys did like either somebody accidentally ate it or something else happened, which it almost happened. In case somebody were to eat the apple, there would be 5 more up here available. And yeah, and
If we want to get back, there's a waystone here that'll take us. We can go back to the keep.
Well, there's also the portal that was just created.
That'll play on your spawn bed.
Oh, that's true.
We have something swords then to take then.
Yep. Hooray! Yeah, that was that was all there.
It could take you through worlds.
Yep.
Pretty neat, it does. It'd be really cool to set one up in, or would have been really cool to set one up in the Everdawn and Everbite.
Alright, and what's the next thing?
I think just Lego City.
Alright.
Yeah, Lego City.
Whoa, Lego.
I think we didn't make a river in Lego City.
Yeah.
A man has fallen into a river.
Oh no! A man has fallen into the river in Lego City.
Yeah, Lego City.
Yeah, it's like all of them are little minifigs.
That's what everyone was calling it.
Right? We like compared them like you're building Legos.
I've been calling it the Fountain, but everyone else called it Lego City, so I changed.
Lego City catches on a lot better, I think.
Got the Casey's.
But yeah, we showed it all off on stream last session when we were building it, but like everyone's characters
Everything
are featured. Every person, every character, in addition to having like their model here, something about them is also represented here.
Skull, hi buddy.
I added amethyst to your little area.
Yeah,
here.
thank you. I noticed it. Amethyst is my one character obsession,
so. Oh, I forgot about this. The carpet thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The carpet thing for the real meeting room experience. The bungee pig. Yeah, the bungee pig is very funny. There he is.
Just walk through and inventory gets carpet.
There's Gary from Casey's. Here's good old.
Yeah, the ceiling has the void effect. Yeah.
Gail's not here anymore, which is so sad she didn't get to see it.
I showed Gail this.
Okay.
Gail wasn't originally supposed to be able to be on stream tonight, so I made sure to show Gail this off stream.
Yeah, that's cool. This is sweet.
This is just great. I love it.
It's like, good little just love letter that is just so fun.
Yeah.
All of our adventures in the other worlds here.
Oh no.
Dixon, Midas, and the 2 Ajaxes.
Yeah, I still have my Ajax in my inventory.
Robogore.
I think it's funny that Captain has the other Ajax, right?
No, I died and it fell in like the abyss or something. I don't remember. It's gone.
Oh, okay.
It is permanently gone, unfortunately.
This is the last Ajax gun.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You tried to use the bed.
Oh yeah, I tried to use the bed and it got destroyed. Yeah, that really sucks.
Oh, that's what happened. I remember that. I was like, quick,
yeah,
set your spawn.
use the bed.
Boom.
I did, and it blew up, and Ajax was in there, so Ajax died.
Jacob, it's a shame that not everybody got to see your payoff for your portal up here that you had set up for so long.
Yeah, the explosion there, that it resulted in this fountain, which is great. But yeah, I set that there, and then everyone was like, "Let's not play with it." But also that plot like kind of got derailed,
Kind of fizzled.
because it was too dependent on people who weren't on the server anymore.
On the topic of that plot, you mentioned that Justin's character was supposed to be like a mini boss for the big bad. Who was the big bad? What was all that?
Who was our supposed antagonist?
The big bad was they had a name. I don't think I even have the notes anymore. But they were just a figure that, basically, in your notes, Abram, that you found about like the king's brother who like was looking into that stuff, discovered like the immortality, and then began like to see like, okay, now that I know this, let's look into all the magics that you can't do because they'll kill you. And they were just this powerful force that their entire goal was to basically keep people in the same way that Abby fed the Abyss, that they were keep feeding the life magic of this realm so they can keep exploring that. It wasn't really well fleshed out. What it was going to be mechanically was I was going to change my name and skin, and give myself some decent equipment and mods and fight you guys that way.
That's actually hilarious because Vincent is so into testing and experimenting with new types of magic that he would have been like, wait, what's the problem with this guy?
Yeah. Again, it was not very well worked out, which is like anytime any of you have ever done a DMing and things like that, that's why you have mini bosses, because your regular boss isn't ready yet.
Okay. Well, does anybody have any more questions? Otherwise, I feel like we should get into the epilogue.
Ooh, I have one more thing. If we can run over to my shop real quick, I have one more thing. Okay. Patrick, where are you? Oh, that's right, he's stuck. Here we go. Patrick, get back up there. You're supposed to be close. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Patrick, I am going to be leaving. I need you to take care of the shop, and here is the deed.
Congratulations, you are now shopkeeper.
It's mine now.
Read it.
I, Spruce, do henceforth relinquish ownership of this shop to Patrick, my humble shopkeep.
Woo.
Congratulations, Patrick.
You are now an owner.
Oh my god.
I went to clap and I forgot I was in creative mode. Nice.
Alright.
Alrighty, on to the epilogue.
Good stuff.
Alright, once we get up there, should we switch to survival again?
Yeah. Before that, when are you gonna do your thing, Oren?
That's what I was saying.
We can start there if you want, and then you guys can do your airship thing after, if you want.
Sure.
That's what I thought was gonna be the plan.
Gotcha. Well, it hadn't been discussed, so...
Fair enough. Alright.
Okay. Survival.
Alright. Survival mode.
Survival.
officially back in character then?
Yes.
It would certainly seem that way.
Okay.
Just gore.
Gore.
Pokemon gore. Gore.
And everyone's favorite berry.
Woo.
You're somebody's favorite. You're somebody's favorite for that.
I finally got the rest of my setup prepared for me to leave this place. If you want to follow me, I can show you.
Sure.
Well, let's play along with the lad.
Whoa, my goodness.
Quite the ritual circle.
Should we, if we don't want to be taking ourselves, should we step out of the ritual circle?
You will be fine.
Okay.
If you would like, you can even follow me into the realm between realms, but I cannot promise how long it'll stay.
I already have a plan with my airship, so that'll.
I promise you, it will not cause you to be trapped.
Well, I want to see what the realm between realms looks like. What do you all?
It's quite a nice place this time of year.
Does it have
I can take a look. It's
not particularly, no.
But I'd like to.
Okay, let me. The last thing I need, real fast.
A bunch of fire.
That's not very pure.
Here, have some berries.
This isn't going to be like the human fly sort of thing where you fuse horribly with the berries, is it?
Well, humans can't fly, Doctor.
Look.
Not at all.
Fusing horribly with berries isn't that bad.
What you see here is just to help amplify, so I can cut through that dimensional fabric, if you want to call it that way.
You're gonna like run that? Oh, okay. Well, Aaron, it was a pleasure to know you then. Oh.
Whoa.
I suppose that's that.
Okay.
And he's gone.
Huh.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to follow.
Whee! There's
Oh.
no sign that anyone was ever here, but you know that Aaron had managed to leave safely. It would be wise for you to leave this place. I'll collapse. Wow,
No.
Oh, it's mine!
Oh no!
No. Oh my goodness.
Ah, you fucker!
Oh god.
Little bird baby.
Yeah, alright. If you're getting on the airship, you cannot wield that thing. I don't want anybody being knocked overboard while we're gone.
That's
Don't
fair.
wield it. Just keep it in your pocket, then, lad.
We have
Yes, I'll be
purified the realm
respectful of
between
that.
realms.
I put berries in there. It's okay. Look,
Yeah,
now
that's about
Warren
what
has
I
berries for
expected.
the journey.
So when some crazy sea monster comes writhing out of that portal, and it looks like it's an amalgamation of watermelons with like berry fingers, you know.
Oh,
You know.
there's not much to worry about. That's
Yes.
not a real physical space, and like Oren said, it will dissolve. So.
Yes, congratulations,
Oren
Patrick.
just condemned those watermelons and watermelons and berries to oblivion.
Why do I have
It was
berries?
just one.
Well, I think...
Yeah, I'm not gonna give up all my berries. Gotta save some for me.
Since Oren has made taken their leave, what do you think we should make ours as well? I know.
Where are you guys going?
Oh, we're gonna. The Honeycomb Commonwealth's got about oh no, I don't want to say baggage, but you know, I feel like we're on the brighter horizon. We've all kind of come to a calm in ourselves, and we're gonna take a bit we're gonna kind of play along. You gotta pretend like you like flying, Barry. We're gonna fly in Jethrin's airship.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I know it's not a sea ship. I know
you
it's not
don't
a sea ship.
respect the airships, but it is also seaworthy.
Ooh, okay, all right. We'll see how seaworthy.
Indifferent to air.
Right. Well, I'll go where the majority goes because, like I said, you all are the real treasures of the Honeycomb Commonwealth.
Oh, actually, it's berries. Berries are the real treasure.
Well,
we're a close second.
My house exploded and I just gave my shop over to Patrick, so I might as well go.
Most of my houses exploded today as well. First Valor's house exploded. The Stranger took their house somewhere.
Oh
yeah.
no.
You know, you can make the castle your home, Barry.
I could be king!
Oh, there we go.
Barry.
King Barry.
There would be nothing else I would like in this land than to hand you a metaphorical crown. So
Perfect,
you know what?
Then do it.
I'm gonna hand you a metaphorical crown as the king who dissolved government in our ways. There it is!
I'm the new king. I don't like helmets.
Oh great, a dictator arc.
You gotta wear berries on your hat. Like you gotta wear like a thorny briar of.
Yeah.
There's a tradition for new kings. You'll come with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow.
I'm concerned.
As am I.
King!
Didn't even get to be pushed. Whoop.
He
Have his crown.
He heard the tales of King Kel.
I'm not the king. But I can also fly.
That is the point.
I'm ready. Launch.
Well, all right.
That's not what I meant, but okay.
Wait, I guess we're following.
Oh wow, that went quite well actually.
Car is ready.
Have you?
Where were we going? Do you need an elytra? I have an extra.
Nope, I found one.
Okay.
Let's go. It's time for me to judge your vessel, Jethrin. See if it was worth all this talk at the start when you crash landed here.
So, yeah, please be careful here. Let's see, I remember your friends. I hope all one day. This is Orin. Oh, Orin left a message. Oh,
I will remember.
As well as their.
I hope to see them as well.
Alright, well, I do have some crew members, so focusing, you all will not have to focus on, operating the vessel. No. Hey,
this is my time to
this is my
So if I spin the wheel this way.
No. Stop. Get out of here. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Here's some berries for you guys as well.
Yeah. All right, Barry.
Well, Jethrin, not to worry. I already see some improvements that can be made to the engine, so I'll get on those as soon as we take flight.
Well, that's up for discussion, not for.
Gore, I call it top bunk.
Implementation.
What?
Yeah, you all can. Yeah, this is
Gale,
your bunk. Yeah. Oh, hello, Gale.
I call it top bunk. I need it.
Yes,
For skeleton reasons.
Leave the crew alone if you can. Thank you.
Core will sleep down below.
Alright.
Oh, are we choosing bunks?
Well, I already claimed. Yeah,
that is the toilet, Gore.
I would rather bunk in the crow's nest.
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
The crow's nest doesn't have any cover there, lad. You're gonna get rained on and.
So we don't have quite a crow's nest. This
thin.
is the crow's nest is pretty much this here. The top of the balloon is more for maintenance.
Alright.
So
Captain Jethrin. You're supposed to hit him with the champagne bottle before you set off, right?
Oh
true.
yes.
I can't put it. I can't put it in the back because the thrusters will get. You can't get those wet. Without they would have to drain for quite a while before they.
Has still left many bodies here in Kingdom. If Gore ever commits suicide, we'll think of you.
Aw, a lot of people say they'll think of me when they kill themselves.
Man, that is wow.
Okay. Well,
Golly gosh.
Yeah, that joke was darker than I wanted it to be.
Yeah, sorry.
Taken my land.
I know we always Gore. Gore will think of you.
Aww.
There you go. That's the cut we'll go with.
There we go.
Okay.
Gore, I'm glad. You know what? We used to fight it out over which was better, pumpkins or berries, and I think we agreed that it was berries in the end, but all the same, I'm glad to call you my friend.
Likewise.
All right, guys.
Goodbye, King Barry.
Get off my land.
Take good care of the Honeycomb Kingdom. Well, what's it going to be called now? The Berry?
I mean, it's still be called the Honeycomb. I don't know. We'll let that sit with Barry, I think. Alright. Bye, Barry.
Goodbye, King Barry.
Bye.
Off to his
Well, that's the last we'll ever see of him.
Yep.
I can't describe how much I wanted the captain's hut to spontaneously explode.
Haha, boom!
An awful lot of spontaneous explosions today, so I figured that was a good shot. I just hope
that would have been hilarious had I planted that, but I didn't.
Let's not have that happen here on the ship, alright?
Special Barry.
Alright, we're off.
Well.
Oh, hey, look, I can still reach the water from here. I can do me morning fishing. Ah, this will be fine.
Alright. Does anybody want to be my navigator?
I make maps. I don't know how to navigate.
Okay. Alright.
Decent with the spyglass.
That is the navigator's. Let's go.
Look, Gore, I caught a skyfish. It's orange.
Whoa.
It's orange.
Ooh.
Fly fishing.
Additional decoration. Boom. We have a TV.
I gotta throw it back. I don't want to depopulate the skies.
He's a sim with us.
Yep.
Alright, you have to take up the sim with us. I agree. Alright.
Off into the skies.
Barry was blown up by Barry.
Very classic.
And the credits roll as the
yeah,
sun sets on the Honeycomb Commonwealth.
Unfortunately, we get this thing to actually move.
Taking off to end the...
Yeah, we've taken off, yes.
Whee!
Alright.
We're flying.
Thanks for joining the Questing SMP, everyone.
Yes.
Oh,
it was a ton of fun.
Oh, that's a great shot. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. There we go. Turn your HUDs off. End over here. We're flying through this thing. Well, yeah. Thanks.
Oh! Well, oh no! Oh, there we go.
Hello, we're going.
We're missing a couple pieces of the boat, probably, but...
Yep, we are flying. There we go.
Oh.
And that's a wrap.
Wait.
That's a wrap. The end.
Oh, there's another boat.
Alright, I wrapped my stream.
Alrighty.
Good stuff, gang. So long,
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you swinging by these past several weeks, couple months actually. It's been a bunch of fun, but thank you guys so much for keeping up with us, and we will see you next time for whatever it ends up. Whoop, for whatever it ends up being in the future. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.